All right, you're asking for it, so here it is. Listen to this.
I want you folks laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, swinging, all that shit, dog. You sweating, getting wet, all that.
All right. Welcome to the 129th episode of the Drinking Partners Podcast. God, that's a long fucking thing to say. Now 29 is a hard number, but this is our John Smoltz episode. If you don't watch baseball, he was a part of that awesome Atlanta Braves pitching staff that actually beat my Cleveland Indians in the World Series, which kind of started my heartbreak with sports. He was a great pitcher, and I'm gonna just say this is our John Smoltz episode because we're a part of the great team. You know what I mean? Like, he was a part of this illustrious pitching staff, one of the greatest of all time, but he was a cog, played his part, and he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer, and I see us as doing that with Epicast.
Boom! Man, that was
going on.
129.
129, baby. I'm about to start just doing a mixtape of all my best introductions. I am half of your hosting tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined, as always, with my co-host, Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? We are Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. 129 episodes, man. We've been asking y'all. We're going to continue to ask you, man. Please hop on iTunes, rate and review. That's how we know we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well. And that's how we continue to do well. So please, hop on iTunes, rate and review, man.
Hey, you love us. You tell us you love us when you see us in public. Now, just tell the internet. Click the button and tell the internet. And to the internet, we are streaming live right now. I feel good, except for I got to explain my attire. I'm not an actual cyclist.
You become the villain.
I am. Like, you got to understand, I was doing some film work earlier. I needed to wear, the cyclist thing. This shit is going back to Dick's Sporting Goods after this episode. And as you can see, as a black man, I wasn't comfortable with just wearing the biker shorts. I had to get the baggy biker shorts. Like, I didn't know these existed.
Couldn't go skin tight?
I couldn't go with the skin tights, but they got the skin tights inside of these, like when you buy these baggy Jones. And so they got the skin tights in it. And what I didn't know is the skin tights, they got like a butt pad in them. And it kind of feel like a maxi pad. Like, wow. Like, it's a weird feeling. So y'all got to respect the job I'm doing today because I feel weird as fuck today. Right? I got a maxi pad because I was riding a bike earlier. Shit's strange.
You're a true hero.
I am a hero.
Yeah. That's some early, what is that? The old folks shit.
The things we do for the things we love. Like, these shits is super tight, and again, there's a maxi pad.
They gotta be a little comfortable with a little like ball pillow or something. I feel like you got a little ball pillow down there.
I don't know. See, I grew up with all women in the house. I just know that this has to feel kind of like a maxi pad, and that bothers me. Because I ain't bleeding. I wanted to fall off the bike just so I could, rationalize why I had it.
Was it a Schwinn?
Nah, we on a limited budget. I don't know what the fuck it was. It might have been from Toys R Us.
A little bell.
It had a Disney character on the front
with the frills.
Basket?
With the frills.
The E.T.?
Yeah, I think I was the dude from Moana or something. Like, so it was masculine, but the wheels are white and and it came with training wheels.
Yeah, throw the card on the back, man. Yeah. It ain't complete without the card on the back,
Facts. Bro. Well, it still got the whole big, long, drawn-out receipt on the front of it because we taking that back.
Blowing in the wind and shit.
We're going to go to Advanced Auto Parts, get some of that tire cleaner, hit that with a toothbrush. We taking that bike back. Shit's going to be good as new.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, if you do rate and review, you might get your review read on the podcast.
Just like this review. The review is called I Like These Guys. It's by Jay Linko or Jlinko. I don't know. I'm going to go Jay Linko even though he ain't capitalized the L. It says, I heard about this from another podcast, Beer League Talk. Shout out to them. I thought I would check it out and I wasn't disappointed. I like my beer and football and so do they. They always feature a handful of beers and a lot of them are East Coast beers and I live in Washington State. We don't have half of the beers they feature, so boo for that, but oh well. All right, Jay Linko. That's like the most honest review
It
we've
is.
ever gotten. Like
The fact that you're still listening to us, even though we're not drinking the motherfucking thing you'll ever taste, shout out to you,
Shout
bro.
out to
Jay Linko.
yeah, we're reaching Washington State.
Yeah.
Now, only a guy from Washington can boo you and compliment you in the same fucking sentence.
Yeah,
like I like that.
that's some real shit.
It was honest. It
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I like y'all, but nah, y'all ain't perfect.
Yeah. I ain't untouchable, me. Yeah.
The
Anybody
backhanded compliment.
anybody can get it.
Yeah.
Shout out
What's
to
up,
Jay
man?
Linko. We got some things coming up too. So if you're listening to it, it is urgent if you listen to it on the link that you get your Mike Kaplan tickets. Because we got Mike Kaplan coming out to Comtra Theater on July 28th and 29th, man. That's a huge thing for us, man. Like we feel super good giving that to the culture and bringing a guy like Mike Kaplan into Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the 1 year anniversary down there at Contra, man.
Yeah, man.
Like that's
We ain't even build it as an anniversary.
yeah, it just happened.
We should have,
man.
Damn it.
True. It's the 1 year anniversary down at Contra. We got Mike Kaplan coming in for 2 nights. We got Apis Mead and Ryan Geis sponsoring those shows, and we got T. Robe and Sean Collier coming in, opening up for both nights, man. And we got some special guests stopping by as well. So, and as always, it's BYOB, man, because that's the culture that we bring, man. So bring some booze, drink some booze, have a few laughs. Check out Mike Kaplan's Netflix special. And his Comedy Central special, and then come down and have a beer with him down at Comtra. And that's July 28th and 29th. And if you're looking for tickets, that's at comtratheater.ticketleap.com.
They is on your shit today too. We are rolling today. Man, where'd you pull all that information from?
That's sativa.
We're gonna see if you can do it again. Oh man, we live, bro. Like I already look like a cop. Like why you gonna say that? And if you can't make the Mike Kaplan show, or if you love it so much that you want to come back, we got Quincy Jones coming to the Comtra Theater on August 26th.
Yeah. Check that out, man. We're going to have a lot of road comics in town.
Yeah.
So check that out, comtratheater.ticketleap.com. Tickets will be available shortly. But, yeah, I mean, it'll be another big name down there, down at Comtra, keeping it going.
That's what we're trying to do now, man. That's what we're trying to just be consistent with that, bringing y'all great shows and just stepping it up each time. That's all we're trying to do, man. So
keeping it cheap, keeping
it
it local, and taking it to another level.
Yeah, and you can BYOB.
Yeah, always.
Just come just for that. Even if you don't give a damn about comedy.
Where else you gonna drink on your porch?
Come and watch a fucking baseball game on your cell phone. I don't care. just come through.
True. Have a couple of beers with us, But if you listen to the podcast, man, and you're like, man, it sounds super smooth, man. They sound like they're having a lot of fun. We're not really having that much fun, man, but but Epic Ass is making it sound super smooth, man. So, if you're looking to get your podcast to sound better, maybe you want to start your own podcast, need help promoting an event, or want to advertise your product on an award-winning podcast, such as this one. I don't know if you can see that in the camera or whatever, that little blue thing over there that was given to us by City Paper. Go to epicasnetwork.com/services, fill out the form, and tell them that the Drinking Partner sent you, man. Get that, that DP hookup.
Yeah, give us that referral. Give us that referral so they can keep recording our shit and live streaming. We gotta meet a certain quota. Y'all got sales jobs out there. We gotta meet a quota of referrals.
We're on the clock.
We got a quarterly incentive that we try to get.
Truth. Well,
it's time to get into our guests.
Yes. We've gotten all the business out of the way.
We've recently heard that we have a long string of advertisements we have to do. We actually don't have as many this time for our guests, so it's good. And we are already enjoying, the fruits of their labor.
Yeah, this is fucking delicious.
And
I don't even know what this is, but it's very drinkable.
We'll get to that.
I'm super excited to have them in here because I was at their establishment out in Castle Shannon, and I was super impressed.
Yeah.
Super fucking impressed.
I learned more in that day than I've learned in nearly 3 years of podcasting and interviewing brewers, man. It was insane.
I was super impressed. So we have Marcus Cox and Nick Jones here from Mindful Brewing. Say what up to the people.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having us out.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing beer.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we do.
Thank you for putting mindful together. Like I felt all uppity when I was in there. Shit was all
Yo,
nice.
it's super dope, man. Like with the 2 floors and the patio, and like you got like a space for the family and the breweries right there. Like I mean, it's a smorgasbord of everything. Like you've got like 4 different vibes going. You know what I mean? Like at the same time.
Yeah, you got the DC vibe with the patio. You got the Atlanta. You got the Pittsburgh. And you got all
the little family and them on the side.
Pick your poison.
The 6-pack. Like I mean, it's a complete like experience.
Yeah, we just want to make sure everyone's like welcome and feels comfortable coming in, and everyone can find their like something interesting for them. That's not necessarily
Well, y'all got pretty hostesses and shit. Like I ain't never seen a brewery with a hostess. Like they greeting you and I'm like, oh, okay, how you doing, pretty thing? You get old school. You see a young John. Hey, pretty thing. Like that's how I know I'm getting old, man. Whenever pretty thing get in your repertoire, you over the hill.
Yeah, you got to break out the grilling shoes. First,
the dress sandals.
The George Foreman's,
Stacey Adams dress sandals. They're sandals, but they don't show your toenail. Like who made them?
They show your top foot and your arch. That's about it.
So, how long have you all been out in Castle Shannon? Because
we're super new. We just opened in January, so just a couple months now. What, like 6 months?
Yeah, 6 months.
Not very long.
And how was the response been? Because again, when I saw the brewery,
out of control.
Yeah, it was great. I guess that's the upside of having a couple pushbacks and delays. Is it grows a little bit of hype,
Yeah.
We were hoping to open a little bit earlier, but we ended up opening in January, and everyone was super excited in the area, and just overwhelming response, and just super grateful.
Yeah, I mean, the location, so you're in like a trifecta of breweries, so to speak, so the location is advantageous, but I mean, that particular spot, like, it's got me wanting to come back, definitely. Like, the vibe is very welcoming. And it just seems so clean. Like, how important is that to you in the brew industry? Because I know within the process of brewing, obviously, cleanliness is important. But to walk in there and, like, that place just looks clean as hell. Like,
what do you expect them to say? Like, we like clean restaurant.
You're thinking Lysol clean. I'm talking about Midwestern black man clean. Like, motherfucker see your outfit. Like,
that's normally a complete shithole. We just fix it up.
We have guests coming in.
Oh, y'all always
what are you
act
gonna
like
do?
you got the shorty coming over later on. Start throwing shit under the bed. Put your good sheets on.
You didn't see the closets.
They go behind the back door. Okay.
Who designed it? Like,
we had limited space to work with, and we got our equipment from a place called Premier Stainless in California. So they did a lot of work, and then we had Moss Architects work on it, and they've done things like BRGR and places like that. So they got involved, and that's why it has that like pop to it. That certain look. They did a fantastic job for us.
No, without question, man. Like anytime you can, like, I would assume because they can make a burger spot look upscale. That's all they got to put on their resume. Like you getting gourmet burgers out of our spot. We can do something with this crap.
Yeah, they selling $15 burgers. That's what we do. We justify that. No, I mean, but that what is that broasted chicken, man? Is that what is it? The Nashville hot?
The pressure fried.
Oh, that pressure fried chicken is ridiculous. Like it is. My top 3 chickens in Pittsburgh.
That's
man.
huge. You
Thank
understand
you,
what you understand what this man just said?
Yeah,
I did. I friended him on Facebook, and he has at least once a week there's a chicken post.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how black.
I don't say that lightly, man. Like that's a public statement. That's live. I got to back that up. People are gonna be like, "What?" And then if they go there, they're gonna be like, "Yeah."
They'll be like,
Yeah.
Well, that's how black you are. You have a chicken hierarchy.
I got a chicken and a bathroom hierarchy, man. And I'd like to say you do have a very shittable bathroom.
Well, thank you.
Brew Gentleman, another very shittable bathroom. Sure. I mean, Grist House, shittable bathrooms, man. I appreciate that.
I mean, we got to work there, so.
We put the effort in, yeah.
I mean, but a lot of public places, I mean, you might have like an employee bathroom that you keep, you know what I mean? Like
That's
your general.
not so great.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the general bathrooms aren't always as, and for me, like, especially like a brewery, I'm going to be there for a while. You know what I mean? Like a restaurant, I might be there for like an hour and a half. I might be able to hold it. But like, I mean, if I'm coming to a brewery, I might be there for a couple. I might take a shit. I mean,
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility in the realm of, like that it might happen. I'd like to,
I'm a.
I mean, after all that fried chicken.
Something's got to give, man.
Gotta make some room for more
Fried
beer.
chicken, a couple beers.
So let it be known, people, if you own a brewery and Dave Bracey shows up, he's shitting in your back. Because he going to be there for a while. So what are you two's brewing history like? How did you get into brewing craft and how did Mindful begin?
Well, I'm a little bit newer to the game than my friend Marcus here. We've been working on Mindful for a couple years now, and I've been homebrewing and stuff, and quick realization that it's a little tougher to go from brewing in your kitchen than brewing on a 10-barrel system production place and worrying about quality. So we ended up putting an ad out looking for someone with a little bit more experience, and Marcus answered.
Here I am.
Answered the call.
Oh, you put the bat signal up, and
He did.
because we met Marcus, and he's definitely good at brewing.
Yeah, he's like, I just watching him like just quietly just going through and just methodically like a surge. It's insane. Is that how you got your green card? You just came there through and you were like, look what I can do at house. They were like, fuck it, we need you.
Traveling on somebody else's green card at this point. It's all legal, but it's
the married bay.
that's not that funny. That's actually bang
Nail
on.
on the head. Dude.
Okay, that's so he put an ad
variation.
out for a wife, and then y'all saw his ad.
So wait a second. This
It's just working full circle.
It's all cyclical.
So my she's Australian as well, as I clearly am, and she got a job here, and I got to come across and work. So
when did you start brewing?
full stop.
Well, I mean, like, when did you like know that you can turn like hop into something drinkable?
Probably had my first brewing job about 14 years ago.
Okay.
Where was that at?
Was it in Australia? Or
Yeah. So this is my first job in the US.
Okay.
So
He's coming up on 1 year.
yeah, just
So you uppity because you don't know what the bowels of this work industry are like. Like, you in a good position. You don't know what it's like to work in a kitchen like KFC.
I can,
No, they have those.
no, I
They have
don't.
those.
That's never gone down that path. Yeah. It always comes back to the chicken or what? Like,
Yeah. Just like if we were on your podcast, we would mention a kangaroo. Yeah. We would have to throw it in there.
True.
hey, wait, we'll see a beer coming up soon that's named after a koala. So same difference. Yeah.
Maybe a dingo ate your baby.
That didn't get through the censorship. That one. Yeah, that's-
So yeah, I mean, you were brewing 14 years. How did you get the job? Like, I mean, like,
Job one.
yeah.
Had a really good opportunity. I was kind of hanging out at this little bar that wasn't really legal, and it was with a small engineering company, and they were making their own beer, and their beer was fantastic, and they got really busy with engineering stuff, strangely enough, and they needed somebody to keep them in beer. So I got hired just to keep a small company in beer, maybe 50 guys.
Did they teach you how to?
Yeah. So they taught me how to do it. I had some ideas as well, and it was a very soft start.
No.
So the first 5 years wasn't so great, and then it was all uphill from there.
So you weren't home brewing at any point then. So you went straight corporate.
Kind of. I don't really talk about it that much, but I started homebrewing when I was underage.
Oh. Well, you were underage, not in the U.S., so you ain't gonna get arrested. I don't know how many Australian listeners we have. Like, don't go back.
I don't know what the statute of limitations is or what extradition is like. But I mean, most brewers that we talk to brewed under it. Like, that's
so the drinking age in Australia is 18.
Yeah.
And I was making homebrew with a group of friends, 16.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, well, that's what he was about.
And then obviously, once you become legally able to drink, you lose interest.
you just want to get to the liquor. You don't
Easier
want to.
access.
The shortest pathway.
Yeah.
Well, I started rolling up when I was 14, and I'm pretty sure there is no legal age for that in Ohio.
So you still.
So underage, you got to go after my parents for that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not my beef. That's not my fight in court. That's my parents' fight. So mom and dad just don't share this podcast.
True. So you were home brewing, and then that was your first gig, and you were there for, like you said, 5 years,
Yeah.
and then switched out.
I moved to another brewery, much larger. Got to build that from scratch. That went pretty well. Kind of ran its cycle for me after 6-7 years.
What's the difference between coming into a brew and building it on your own? Like, what are some of the freedoms that you enjoy, and what are some of, like, the setbacks of that?
All the kind of background stuff people don't think about. So they don't think about the drains. They don't think about the water supply coming in. All the boring shit. Like, everybody thinks about the shiny tanks and how exciting the shiny tanks are. And that's what everybody sees.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you throw this grain shit out into the trash can and take it out the back, who's going to beat the rats off? Like,
they don't tell you about the rats.
That's my job.
we just got a new guy, so he's off the hook.
That's the first thing you showed him in orientation. Hey fam, I'm gonna
Come on.
You don't even have to
See
put
that
these
stick?
big ass boots on. Get you a mean hockey swing. You gotta get
No, he
these
didn't.
rats
He
out
didn't
of
get his boots yet. So.
Oh, that's a rite of passage.
You got to earn it. You got to earn your boots.
So it's about 50 rats in, yeah.
So I think this is interesting. So you've been brewing pretty much for your entire professional career, and that's a perspective we've never had on here. Like we generally have.
You're underestimating my age. No, I had a whole other career in hospitality for 10 years.
Okay, but you said you started when you were 16.
That was at the home brew.
Yeah,
Then-
brewing.
Huge gap.
So like,
Then I went into.
Huge, because he is old as shit.
I'm old as shit.
So
So
You
he's
guys-
got that Wolverine
gotta
shit
come
going.
out.
oh, so
Yeah.
not only black don't crack, Oss don't crack either.
So I spent 10 years working in hospitality, but it was all kind of beer oriented. So beer bars, pubs, hotels that were very beer focused. And then around about the time I turned 30, I went back into the professional brewing gig I was talking about.
So how helpful has it been? Because this is like a gem to find to bring
Huge.
in. You were
I
looking
could-
for
yeah.
that.
Like,
I
you
cannot
run like
even-
wait, you guys put out an ad and
It just it
you
was
just
it just
answered
kinda
like
happened-
by the way.
happened to
You
be
should have seen the second
the
guy here.
circumstances.
He had no fucking hope.
Like that almost never happens.
What?
Do you understand how that would be if I could just put something out on social media and just a bad chick comes to my doorway like, yeah, I want to fuck. Like that would be awesome. Like,
You got a bad virgin. That's a hell of a
You know it's
gem.
not going to happen
yeah,
twice.
wifey material, like with a text.
Like who's
what?
Who's just sitting on the couch like I know how to turn lead into gold? Like
it was just like a great timing kind of thing. It's like
Yeah,
he
perfect.
was coming over either way because
Exactly.
his wife, he got a job at Pitt
yeah.
and started working there, so he was coming.
Once you get on the pit salary, the family set.
The
family set, and
Yeah,
all of a sudden,
all other plans change. It's
Yeah.
like,
well, he's got all these.
So he's either sitting on his butt or he's brewing beer. So
But it's cool to have that skill set. That kind of,
Yeah.
it's almost like, I mean, there's hard work involved, but I would imagine, and I'm not a brewer, but I would imagine, like, even with comedy, it feels like, yeah, I'm working hard, but,
I get to
You
do what I
enjoy it.
love.
You enjoy
I
it.
get to have fun in the midst of work. And there are days where I feel like this is hard. Like, I'm doing a lot today, but I'm also sitting here drinking beer
yeah,
with you guys.
That's a good
Yeah.
cue, Nick. You want
for sure.
to number 2? Yeah.
Oh, we have to.
So
We
first
gotta
we
go
got to
through
talk
the
about the
first-
first
number
one that
number
we
one.
had.
We all
drank.
went through that quick fast. We all just.
That's how drinkable
I left a swallow. Pause.
Yeah.
Just to-
You're the only one, I think.
It was light. Like what was it?
That was our Kolsch.
It was a Kolsch. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
that's
taking-
yeah.
I
Oh my.
wanted to be first to say that was a Kolsch because that'd be
Yeah.
the first time I was ever right. What is a Kolsch?
So I'll let Marcus take this one.
Traditionally, it's a style of beer that comes out of a real small place in Germany called Cologne. They kind of bypassed the whole of the rest of Germany and just stuck with their own beer style. So every brewery in Cologne makes Kolsch.
Okay.
It's a light beer. It looks like a lager beer, like a Bard or whatever in terms of its color.
Right.
But it's got a much more complex yeast. It's an ale. The water that they have there has got a specific saltiness to it that comes through in the beer. It's got that real savory kind of nature. But it's got a light fruity aroma, super clean body, savory finish, and that's what it's got going on.
It is. I would
Super
say.
drinkable as well.
Yeah, no, it goes down
Extremely
easy.
So like for the listeners and viewers who are like myself who are newer to craft beer, a Kolsch is a very great introduction. Like it's very it's got enough flavor to where it's craft, but it's easy. You would say drinkable to where it's not overbearing at all.
No,
But
it's real accessible. Real accessible.
Finish.
Yeah.
It's got a smooth mouthfeel to it. Like
Oh,
I
is
mean,
that? Yeah.
like is that the salt or the
Yeah, the minerals kind of give that nice finish.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of kind of a fake sweetness coming from the yeast. Like it seems like it's going to be sweet, but then it ends up kind of savory.
It's like a spa day for your tongue.
Nice touch, yeah.
That's another. We should keep that.
Well, you should write that on our label.
We giving that to y'all.
Hey, y'all
you.
go. Thank you
got
for the
that
beer.
Spa day for
So
your
kind,
tongue.
so kind.
Spa day.
That could go either way as well.
Well, I mean, it depends on the type of message you're trying to send. Like, I'm cool with saying it because I'm talking to y'all, but I don't know. You don't
Hey,
know.
that's something you say to
You don't know
yeah. I
why.
mean, and it's good for the ladies. I think the ladies like a nice light. You don't want to punch them in the mouth. You don't finish early with it.
Never punch a lady in the mouth.
Yeah, you
Drinking
don't want to punch them in the
partners
mouth. You want to.
do
Drinking
not
partners
condone
does not
domestic
condone.
violence.
Yeah, you just.
Or mindful. Mindful doesn't condone it.
The other thing with this is you get the big guys coming out of a pickup truck on a hot day. They wear the cut-off sleeves and the shorts and whatever, and they walk in and they ask for a bud or something. And this is nothing like a bud, but you can send them over to this.
Oh yeah, because
And they
like
always have a
It's a
second
great
one.
transition
Yeah,
beer.
yeah.
It's a
And
great
you
beer
can-
to get people from drinking the mass-produced stuff into drinking like local craft beer.
So this is a finesser.
yeah.
Yeah,
And,
no, that's,
Finessing
we'll
the hell
take
out
that
of-
one as well. That's,
Yeah,
that's
you
on.
can hold on. I gave you one. One or the other. I gotta get paid for one of them now.
And then-
Finesser.
And then it's a nice lawnmower beer too. I mean, like
That's
it's a
like
very porch.
it's the measure of beer to a certain extent. Like
yeah,
when you have something like this, I was thinking lawnmower just like you. Like I'm cutting the grass.
Yeah.
I'm still drinking, but not so much that if something happened outside, I can't do nothing for my kids. That's a terrible day where something happened. You gotta go knock on the neighbor's door. Like, look, I'm too fucked up to do it.
Here's my keys. Make it happen.
You might as well just admit both of us.
Oh shit.
What do you have next on?
Yeah. So what's
let's
next
do
on
the
deck?
next one.
All right, so we have an IPA that we just did. It's called Chin Music.
Is that HBK?
It's actually a reference to the hops that are in it, which is a little bit of old school and new school beer hops, which are Chinook hops,
Isn't that the Danky?
and then Mosaic, which is a little bit of a
We've been hearing a lot about the mosaic.
yeah. They've been going around lately. It's been
It's so crazy how hops are just like weed, man. You
Yo.
got strands that are popular right
If you
now.
grind up some bud, it smells like citrusy
It's
hops.
the stickiest of the.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Great head on this, by the way. Pause.
the best head.
Indeed.
Chinook sound like somebody in the hood that get the best head.
isn't that dankiness like the Chinooki? You know what I mean? Is that where do you get that from?
Yeah, the Chinooks, as Nick said, it's an old-fashioned hop. It's probably 20 years old. It gives that kind of resininess. It's not particularly descriptive, but just a resininess density. But it's overlaid with the mosaic, which really kicks it up with that kind of apricot, kind of stone fruit vibe on the top.
On the
Yeah. So you're getting the aroma is mainly the mosaic coming through. Then once it hits your mouth, it's Chinook with the dankness. It's a 7% plus IPA.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Wow.
Sorry,
You gotta tell some. Once you're
I just told you then.
You're on the lower end of having to tell someone. Like 7, I can deal with.
Yeah.
6'5" though. 6'5" and above, you gotta let us know.
Yeah. That's it. That's done.
You have the greatest beer explanations, man.
Yeah.
You are definitely of this culture.
Wordsmith. You know what I mean?
Like you know your craft just
Yeah.
by listen. Like you should do a book on tape just about making beer.
Well, it's the accent. Don't get fooled.
Has it swooned me?
It's the
Was
devil.
that-
that's exactly what it
Silver,
is, man.
silver
been
tongue,
swung.
man.
You mentioned a bit of a Hugh Jackman fetish before, so let's put that aside. Everything I'm saying is complete shit, but you're just liking the way it's coming out, man. So,
You fall under the spell.
Yeah,
It's,
I was at I think it was at Cativo or whatever, and I was talking to this British girl, and she was like, she was like, man, I go to these interviews, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but because I'm saying it with a British accent, they just fucking love it. She's like, I come in, I start talking, they don't even talk about the job anymore. They're asking me about like England and bridges and da 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 and people that I might know, and then they just give me the job. Like it's easy as fuck living over here.
So wait, is that how he got the job? Like we might be drinking complete shit right now. We don't know what that we
the Australian mind trick.
That's
delicious.
That's how I ended up beating rats off the grain barrel. So.
And he's happy to do it.
They do those
Do it with a smile.
subliminals in Mindful where they just have his voice, they feed his voice into your ear as you drink the beer.
Yeah, it's all subliminal.
He's got a little tape recorder in the pocket that's just playing some shit low key. It's delicious, crikey.
Jeez, you were the first one to say it. I'm disappointed that came out early, man. You're gonna have nothing left for later.
Nah, man, you've already you done gamed me. Like I'm ready to go out. What you trying to do? You trying to go to a movie or something? We in there.
I don't think any Paul Hogan movies are playing right now.
Oh man, this is actually pretty delicious, and that 7 is hidden very well.
How do you go about choosing the like? How do you know what beer you want to make when you want to make it? Like at the beginning, do you know exactly how you want it to taste, or do you kind of go through the process and see, oh, this is how it ended up, and then tweak it a little bit? Like how was that process?
Yeah, I mean this IPA is a really good example where we've made a series of IPAs and we've varied the hops. Mm-hmm. So we have 2 different kind of grain bills that we use, 2 different formulations for the grain component. And then we just, depending on which cycle we're on, we overlay different hops. So we know what the beer is going to taste like at the base level. Okay. We know what the hops taste like separately, and this gives us a chance to bring them together.
Was there ever a situation where everything went totally left and you were like, oh, well, this is a good turnout. It's not how I thought it was going to be, but this is really good? Or is it like, let's not talk about this one?
We've had pretty good luck.
Lucky,
solid design, but good luck, yeah.
Yeah, I've had jokes where I've tried to tell them, and like in my head when I'm writing them down, dope. Greatest idea ever. Then you get to the stage and it's like, oh, okay. That was just an Ed funny. Like, something I would like.
And it's crazy because like I just like as soon as I like put it down, I just want to like keep drinking it. Yeah, and it's like
that's the plan.
Yeah, like
they got that shit feed into your ear right now.
It's still coming from here, buddy.
It's a subliminal.
And no, it is crazy how like hops and like flavors and like beer, like after you like drink it still develops like in the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't start to notice that until, like kind of recently, like when you let it sit, especially like sours or whatever will, hit you in like waves after, a while or whatever. And like this is something like that. It's like, and then it I don't know, for some reason at the end of it,
bitterness builds a little bit.
Yeah. And then you want
some
more.
layers.
And you're like, yeah. And then you get that, like you said,
like
that apricot kind of like over.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm fawning over this beer.
Yeah, you haven't.
No, continue.
Yeah, don't stop, man.
It's like that's what we here for. Like if we could turn day into that, people gonna at least buy this shit at least once.
Yeah.
What are your favorite styles individually? Like type of beer?
Well, it's funny coming into this. Like I was a hophead, and love my hoppy beers. Going out to like Dancing Gnome and all those places, but like just brewing a lot. Lately and being exposed to a lot more beer and drinking more beer, it's like I like a style like the Kolsch. Super nice and easy and drinkable, low. You can have a couple without, being overwhelmed by it. Where a lot of times, you get up in the 7-8%ers, you can only have a few, especially if you're, you're on out for a couple hours.
Yeah.
You don't want to be done in the first hour.
Yeah.
And, and you're just sitting in the corner on the bar, like eating chicken wings.
Yeah.
He brought it back. Now he brought his chicken back.
Well, I mean, that's see.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like that's what like I tell folks. I mean, that's how I got a lot of folks into craft beer. I'm like, like I don't want to be pissing all night. You know what I mean? Like I want to have maybe 2-3 beers, and like that be the whole night, and I'm not, running back and forth, and that's why I like the, the higher ABVs or whatever, and then like the lower ABVs, or if you, like you just want to take a little
completely situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people always say, and I guess if you're watching this, like you must drink beer. But if you're watching, you don't drink beer, man. Like people are like, oh, beer is nasty. I'm like, there's a beer out there that can fit everybody's palate. Like
they made a cognac beer for us.
You make cognac beer. Like there's like I had a beer that tasted like Cherokee Red that some Belgians made.
What's Cherokee Red?
Cherokee Red is a red soda. It's like a
cherry.
like a cherry.
Yeah, we don't know what type of soda.
I don't know. I can't really say it's cherry. It's red.
It's good. It's good.
It's a racist soda. like
extremely.
It sponsors the Washington Redskins. Like that's what that soda is.
But there's a beer for every palate out there, man. So you get into something. I mean. That was my pitch for craft beer in general.
No, I agree. I mean, coming from the not drinking craft beer background, it you guys mentioned situational, and it's one of those things where you have your choice. Like if I'm gonna drink vodka, it doesn't matter when I'm drinking it. It's vodka, you know what I mean? But like a beer can have a different ABV level, so I can be more fucked up or less fucked up. I can go for flavor. It depends on what I'm eating. It depends on what's going on. Or I can just be watching the game, you know what I mean? People, or I'm at a cookout. Like you can have a craft beer at any point.
Yeah, I feel like there's certain situations where if you're pulling out liquor, like it's questionable.
You
like,
look crazy.
Yeah, it's like here,
especially early in the night.
Yeah,
like a month. Like if it's too sunny.
Days here again. Awesome.
If it's too sunny, you can't. Like if it's too sunny, you're day drinking. But if you're drinking a beer and it's sunny outside, you just having a beer.
Just having a beer. Yeah.
That's I just thought like black people, we got to get into craft.
I'm telling you, man. I've been trying to get them. Like I'm like, yo, come through to the craft side, man. This is delicious.
It don't get
over
you
here.
bloated. It ain't like it don't get bloated. I don't have no tummy yet. And we've been doing this shit for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, going 3 years, man.
Keep riding your bike. Then
I'm not riding. They gotta put me in more videos.
That's his low key workout plan. He tried to we caught him at a bad time. He biked up here low key.
I got caught. Nah, wait, I don't know where my keys are.
He rolled up, did that like little stop turn and sprayed gravel all over.
Threw it in
when
the
he
back.
got here.
Hopped in, tried to forgot that he ain't changed and shit. Like, oh,
you get you the right canister, you can put you some craft beer in that motherfucker when you ride on your bike. You'll finish the trail. And you'll feel real good right after. What's your favorite style, Bart?
I work with a lot of people that make like German, European style beers, continental beers. So I like the lighter lagers, the Kolsch, amber lager, amber ale, and then the other side of the coin, sour beers.
Yeah, I like the sours. Bloom does a great sour.
Yeah,
Bloom has really good sours.
But yeah, no, and there's like variations of it. I was talking to this guy out. I was down in Miami at a brewery and ran into this like German fella that was living in San Diego and having to be on vacation in fucking Miami or whatever. And he gave me like this huge background on like sours and how there's like, like a fuck ton of sours and there's so many. I mean, like I just thought it was sour. It was this is sour, and he was like, no, there's a whole like region of like just sours and
regions.
Like just it's crazy deep. Like so, like can you? I don't know. I'm sure you know a little bit about him.
In like 3 minutes. Or
I mean, this is a podcast, so
No, I mean, there's specifically I like the sour beers out of Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that tend to be based around Brussels. So they have moderate alcohol, a bunch of flavor. They come in a 750ml bottle, so it's more like having a wine. You sit down from a glass, drink it. It's a blend of beers that are 1, 2, and 3 years old generally, what I'm talking about specifically. And they've got incredible complexity. A lot of these beers fell out of fashion. And it was only through the 80s and 90s with the American craft beer movement that found them a new market.
So when did they fall out of fashion?
60s, 70s, up to mid-80s.
Yeesh.
And then it's when the non-Europeans, non-Belgians, all the other guys kind of started drinking them that they came back into fashion. And now, obviously, a lot of the American brewers have mimicked those styles. The American ones tend to be more bold. They lack some of the softness. But they're all, it's horses for courses like wine. It's the old world makes things that are more austere, and the new world makes things that are a little bit more ballsy.
Ballsy. So did they cork those?
Yeah, those ones specifically. Yeah.
Man, boy, don't let me find me a cork beer. Dumb classy with a cork beer. Like,
Yeah. Then you got to find yourself corkscrews. So.
well, that's all right, but shorty come
I
over.
gotta
she
walk
ain't
in and ask, hey, anybody got a corkscrew for my beer? Like,
Talking about at the crib, you bring a shorty over. She may not be in the craft. You trying to backdoor, like you pull the cork.
yeah.
You don't even know you drinking beer.
Truth. Yeah, no, like I said, I didn't know, how complex they are. I knew, I'd had, learned the, different, I guess what the bacteria that's in there. You have a different system so they don't get in and all that. And like, and like I had it was like, they are bold. And then I had this, it was a Belgian sour, like it was like something red, but it tasted like
Cherries.
red pop. Like, yeah, it was like a cherry pop like type thing.
So
whatever.
that's two things happening there. There's the base beer, and then there's the addition of the cherries later. So the base beer by itself is much.
No, but this one is it? I forget the fucking. I thought it was like, from what I understand, it was brewed with the cherries,
Sure.
and so then they add cherries afterwards.
It depends. The European style is to add the cherries a little bit down the track, working off the base beer. The American style is probably to ferment with the cherries. Same difference.
Well, yeah,
Are
this
you
is
talking
from
about like Castile? Is that what you're talking about?
Castile. Maybe
They have like Castile Rouge or something.
might-
It's like,
was it-
it's like super red.
can. Yeah, it's super red. It might
Maybe.
be Castile. Yeah. Does it taste like cherry pop?
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I didn't know that there was beer that tasted like cherry pop. Though I see, like y'all like, oh, yeah, that's a thing.
I'm sitting over
Yeah.
here like,
Which
where
one?
have I
Which one are
been?
you talking about? Like, I'm like, I
Exactly.
didn't know this was the thing that was
there's,
on the
there's a
market.
whole bunch of them.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy as shit.
You just made us feel like super novice.
Yeah.
I just want you to know.
You got sun.
Because at least he's tasted the cherry beer. I'm over here like, well, I gotta get one of those. Salivating and shit. Like, y'all just over here like, "Nigga, what you talking about? Like, what you want? Let me know what you talking
Be
about.
specific.
So do you all infuse fruit often, or is that something that you guys are looking to do in the future? Or how important is fruit to like this whole thing? Because like infusing cherries, I never even thought of that, fermenting with cherries.
Yeah, we do a beer right now. It's called Lime Agave Wheat. Do we bring any with us today or not?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, just roll around with
We
these
use limes.
bad beers.
Use real limes, real lime juice in it. But we haven't gotten onto the sours yet because they're we have a real small brew house and everything's like super close together. And we're just afraid if we introduce a bug into the brew house, then
It'll never leave.
it'll never leave.
Yeah. That's a whole nother. Yeah. You got this fucking ridiculous bevy of beers already. So I mean, and then like you're hurting, like, oh man, when we gonna get this out? I'm like, no, we cool. So what's next?
So this is actually a collaboration that we did. So this is with Full Pint. It's called His Royal Dudeness.
Shout out to Full Pint. Yeah,
Dudeness.
they love the dude over there, man.
So we did this beer actually with them before we were open last summer.
His Royal Dudeness.
And it's a little sweeter. It's like a dessert beer, but it is call it a White Russian Imperial Stout. So there's a couple things going on here. It's a kind of a strange
White
beer.
Russians are dope.
So it's a
Dessert is dope.
It's based on a Russian Imperial Stout. It's based on a white stout, which is pretty much a stout without the dark malts on it, and then it's based on a White Russian and named after the dude.
The dude abides.
So we did this beer. So we did the first one at Full Pint last year, and it was a lot of fun. And then we decided to do one this summer, do it again. So they came to our place this time, and we brewed it. So it's
Come to
a
your house. You
milk
had the home
stout.
court. You had the home court advantage.
So we it's a stout minus the dark parts with some lactose in it, also some coffee, vanilla, and like chocolate flavors going on as well, like real light.
Oh wow!
But it's a dessert beer. It's really sweet.
You get the high
this is
alcohol warning as well.
8.5%.
What is that? We didn't already start sipping. You didn't throw the 8.5 on us later. I already had a beer stash. This gave me a beer mustache the first time I sipped it. Like that, it's got great head, like outstanding head. It's a stout, obviously.
Oh, that's delicious.
Just definitely, we were talking
it
about
has-
beers being different. This is definitely a little
Because it's a stout, but it's not black, and that's weird to me.
Yeah, well, the head that it like when he poured it, I mean, just the film it left, like I could tell it was a stout, but its finish and its feel, like
It's creamy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of that's from the
Exactly.
lactose.
Yeah,
It just
no.
gives massive mouthfeel. Yeah.
And it does make you feel like knowing where it derives from. It does feel like I had a White Russian. Over
Yeah.
It's got that touch of Kahlua kind of coming through.
Yeah, like okay, I see what y'all did. So this is so you introduce.
Yeah, that's one of the more fun wild beers.
So how do you? So what is in this beer, and how do you make it taste like that? Like that has been through my fucking years of craft beer, and having these. Like I was over at like Hop Farm yesterday, and they had this fucking the double thing or whatever, and one of the hops, there was a double IPA, is it called double drop or whatever, and like one of the hops in it tastes like coconut. I was like, where the fuck are you getting coconuts from?
Just wait, the shit they're doing with hops now are insane.
So like, what is in this, and how do you make it taste like? Because I mean, I'm sure there's not Kahlua in this bitch.
There's not. But there's definitely all natural ingredients. We use coffee, we use vanilla, we use cocoa nibs for the chocolate flavors. We use lactose.
Cocoa nibs.
Yeah, so it's all natural, all natural flavoring. It's coming straight from the real thing.
And then on the top of like stout and like, the two flavors of stouts. That's crazy, man.
So are people like the hops? They're growing these hops with these things infused. Like
No, there's two kind of different ways to get flavor. One of them is to actually put the stuff in. So, Nick just outlined the cocoa nibs and the coffee and blah, blah, blah. That's, if you want it to taste like something, you put that something in.
Right.
Real simple. But then, like with the hops, sometimes there's a lot of breeding going on and they crossbreed all these different hops and they end up with something that tastes like pineapple. There's no pineapple anywhere near the beer, but that's what happens. There's no coconut anywhere near the beer, but the hops do that.
You guys had one that tastes like bananas.
Yeah, so that's
how the fuck
that's
did
going to
you
be
pull that off?
That's what I mean. Like,
that's from the yeast.
Yeah.
So
Yeast also
traditionally,
have some-
traditionally, like a German wheat beer from Bavaria would the yeast generates peppery flavors and banana-y flavors. So that's again, there's no bananas anywhere near it, but that yeast just coughs it up.
See that's the first time this ideal has been introduced to me. Where like I'm assuming people have understanding of. If you put this hop with that hop and crossbreed, as you say, then you'll get this result. Yeah. Or is it just like this is by chance still at this
So
point?
it's just buckshot approach. They're just like, fuck it, let's do this, and then man.
To some degree, I mean,
but they do 100 and like one comes out.
Yeah.
And that's the next, mosaic
and
that's So we talked about the apricot before with the mosaic. That's a great example of,
With that apricot, that's
apricots.
just the mosaic.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there was no fruit in that.
Yeah.
But this goes the other way around, where you put the shit in you want it to taste like.
Yeah. Oh shit. I didn't even know. I thought like there was apricots in the process at some point.
Just that hop really fucking throws it up.
That's wild as fuck, man.
It's crazy.
I love what you guys do, man. Thank you for sharing this with us, man.
Absolutely.
This is one of those
We're happy
moments
to.
where I'm like, this is some cool shit.
It's awesome. I mean,
It's a cool life. Like I again, you've been in this life your whole life. Like you did the service industry, but with beer. Now before you were brewing, I mean you home brewed, but I'm assuming professionally you were into something else.
No. Actually, I was in the service industry as well.
Again,
Okay.
Similar backgrounds. So I'm about where when I started, he's about the same age as when he started. So it's
nice.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
parallels.
I did like 12 years of service industry, man. Fucking
Isn't it
from
a blast?
from like
Puts a smile on
It starts off great.
from busboy to kitchen to short cook, like through all the whole shit, man.
I started as a dishwasher at Eaton Park when I was 14.
I was a busboy at Eaton Park at fucking 16, man.
14? Was that legal? Should you have been saying that? That's a
Yeah, I
national
got my work permit.
Oh, okay.
It was all good.
I never had a work permit. I don't even know how that shit works. I got my first
My mom
gig
signed
with
me
the
up for
school.
mine. So
So
No,
yeah,
she's
like,
like,
you're
stupid.
going to work.
well, the school like offered jobs. East Cleveland, you can just basically they hired you to clean out the classrooms and stuff like that. That was my first gig, and then the only time I've ever really worked in the service industry, so to speak, is I worked at Wendy's, and so I have a very jaded view of that shit. Just because, first of all,
it's the same.
I think
I worked at Wendy's for a week.
But I think the dude, this is a true story. I think the dude that like did all the garbage, and I think that dude had a mental deficiency, but they just used him because he was willing to come into work all the time. Like
hey man, if you making money, that's a hustle truth, man.
I don't think that shit was clean though. That's my point. Like none of that shit was clean. Like he definitely didn't clean his uniform.
That's the reason I quit fucking Wendy's. I was there for a week. They gave me one shirt. And I was in school and shit, right? So I would get off of work and the apartment.
Wash it every night. Yeah.
Well, in the apartment building that I was in, they closed the laundromat at 10. So every time I got back, it was closed. And then I had to go to class at 8 o'clock. I couldn't come back. So I couldn't wash my shirt. So I'm there for 3 days straight.
Couldn't wash your shirt?
I couldn't wash my shirt.
Listen, the first 2 weeks was trying to keep that shirt clean. After I was in there and seen everybody came in there smelling like grease, I'm not washing this fucking shirt.
I was there
throwing in the back.
I'm just coming here to work. I'm not cleaning this shirt.
Man, I was man. I was in the back with the fucking I was with the grease traps and all that shit. Man, by day 3 in the grease traps in that motherfucking shirt, that shit bangs. Cause I was I'm all hot, sweating, big meat patties and shit.
It's not going anywhere because your shirt
it's just there,
grease
and
too.
then I gotta.
You have 2 layers.
Just thick, and then when it chills off, the shirt gets crunchy, and you got to put that bitch back. That's 3 days. I went to her. I was like, look, man. If you're going to have me on a daily schedule, you're going to at least have to give me another shirt, to get through the rest of the week. She's like, nah, B. So the next day I came in and I came in with I just happened to have a blue polo on. Who gives a fuck? I'm in the back flipping burgers. Don't nobody see me. She's like, you can't wear that shirt.
You wore the polo to the grease?
It was I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get that money. You know what I mean? So she was like, if you don't come back in here tomorrow with that shirt on, then don't come back in at all. So I was like, all right, so I went. I'm looking at the fucking shirt the next day, and I'm like, man, fuck this. So I quit. I get a call 2 weeks later. She hits me up
where's your shirt?
Where's the shirt?
She goes, no.
That's obvious, man.
No. She goes, do you still work here? I'm like, isn't that the decision you should make? I ain't showed up for 2 weeks. Do I still work here?
I don't know, man.
You didn't see me in 2 weeks. I was here for 3 days and left.
I was at a different spot, so I was a little bit swaggy. So they had me at the register with the pretty girls. So I didn't get that whole grease shit. It just smelled like Wendy's on my shirt. Not the Wendy's that they slide your tray. the pre Wendy's.
You can never escape it.
I was like, damn, I'm not washing this shirt.
I hate to tell you, man, it wasn't the shirt. It was you smelled like Wendy's at that point.
That's cool.
That shit is caked in.
Well, me and Wendy's, I still got the game on chicks that worked at Wendy's, and at school, I had the book bag. But it was emitting
Wendy's at Wendy's.
But then I had to flip it.
Everyone's hungry.
You should fuck with me, shorty. I could get you burgers, unlimited burgers.
Yeah, no, you had.
Fuck with Ed, you get unlimited sandwiches and fries.
Had an old girl come in. They come to the table. I'm like, yeah, hold on, I can get you that.
At lunch?
Yo, because I was at Eaton Park. They would come in to sit down or whatever. I'd be like, I got your check, baby. Yeah, I mean, get along.
What do y'all go home smelling like at the brewery? Because I wouldn't mind smelling like beer. Well, let me hold on. Let me think that through.
Well, it's definitely beer of some sort.
Yeah, but that's kind of prototype beer. So it's when you guys were there, you smelt it. The way the boil smells comes up, fills the whole room. The hops come up.
Yeasty.
The yeasty comes later.
Yeah.
But it does. I mean, sometimes you get covered in beer, which is a thing unto itself. But it's never great.
Covered in beer is better than covered in yeast, which is
yeah. I mean, it's never good being covered by food substance. I mean, it's just
or a proto food substance.
Yeah, that's never a
finished product.
Nobody's like, get it before it's gone. Come to me, you know what I mean? Nah, it's go straight to the fucking bathroom.
So now you mentioned, for example, when doing the fruity beers, you have this fear of having bugs or introducing at least one bug.
Oh yeah, for the sour.
What are some other So what are some other nuances or nuisances in the brewery? Some other things there, because the environment's so clean.
Yeah, I mean that's not
you can tell that it's so meticulous to keep it that way. But what are you all looking for? Or trying to?
Well, what we're trying to stop is not anything that really can see. I mean, you can see dirt and stuff, but most of it's like on the microscopic level. So it's if it looks clean, that's cool. But the chemicals and stuff we want to spray everywhere and just try to kill everything. We want to keep it as contamination free because basically what we're doing when we make beer, when we brew beer, is that it's we're making sugar for yeast to eat. So and yeast produce a little faster than bacteria. So if there's yeast introduced and there's bacteria introduced, the bacteria are going to win. So we got to make sure we keep that completely out of it and give like yeast competitive advantage.
So how difficult is that moving into that environment? Like me as just a regular person, just an average Joe, like I can clean, but it ain't gotta be that clean. Like every time I clean the crib, I ain't gotta dust and hit with some Lysol and all that. Like I can clean to a visual aspect, whereas everything you're cleaning, it's not visual.
Yeah, y'all got that foamy shit that y'all throw down. Like
we love the foamy shit.
Yeah, is that one of the funnest parts of the job? The foamy shit.
It's not bad. End of the day, you just like. Yeah,
it's funny watching everyone's face.
It's like Ghostbusters
spraying it around.
You go pretty wholesale with it, yeah.
But you just gotta let the chemicals kind of like do the work for you, though.
Yeah,
I mean, so
as they say.
Yeah, as you're spraying it on the surfaces, it's
But
there's definitely like a scrubbing, and it's like
I saw
it's like 70% janitor, 30% brewer.
Yeah, I saw you. So I mean, we were down there brewing, and seeing the process up close was super cool. And like I said, I learned more like in that like day, than in the last 3 years because like I've been told and like but I've always been a visual like learner.
Yeah,
I mean like
yeah.
So like if I'm in class or whatever, like I didn't take notes. If I just the teacher wrote it, I'd write it down on the notes, and once I see it, I can learn it or whatever.
Yeah.
Hearing it not so much or whatever. So I keep hearing these same things or whatever, and like going through brew tours, you piece things together, but like actually going through and like with the malts and the hops and like putting like seeing that process or whatever, it was insane. And then like you cleaning out the the tank, I mean, and that whole, and again, that's one of those things they'll tell you about, like,
you mentioned specifically, I've been to a lot of breweries, but I've never seen anything happen.
Yeah,
to paraphrase, and that kind of put it in context for us as well. Like we don't necessarily think that what we do every day is something that you haven't seen before. So
I mean, for us, we've seen it every day.
We see it every day.
Yeah.
So as soon as you said, I have never seen this shit before, what's going on? And we realized that there was an opportunity. That's why it went so great. So
yeah, no, I mean, you guys were amazing. I mean, with the questions and we had a ton, and they seemed stupid because we were asking like,
to me, it seemed like I was asking really, really, really deep, good questions. To you, amazing.
This guy.
I'm like, what's this ticky number thing?
No, that gets you, more involved in knowing about the process.
We get complacent about what we do, so it's good to kind of get provoked into, answering the questions and stuff. And
has that affected your home life at all with the level of cleanliness that you have to keep at work? Do you go home and like critique the cleaning of your lady? Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what is this? You go home with a white glove?
I mean, maybe for him, but for me, it's quite the opposite.
Swipe across the TV like, I'm going to need you to go back over this. I would. Like, I'm an asshole.
You're trying to get my wife to beat me up on this.
I don't think your wife listens to the podcast.
She'll listen to this one. So just
well, if you're listening, his wife, he doesn't do that to you, so respect that.
She don't do the cleaning either. So.
I would imagine it'd be more like I'm exhausted, so if like anything that's like I could just lay on that happens to be clean, because I'm probably not doing much. Like I mean, like that's what I do all day. Like I'm probably not gonna come home immediately and like pick up the living room. You know what I mean? Like so I'm gonna just plop down. And like if you got kids, man, you plop down on whatever the fuck toy might be around or some shit. Like you know how it be. You come
I'm not
in
like that.
No,
my wife will tell you I'm not like that. Like,
you got a clean house with two kids.
I'll come home from work at a show and just immediately start cleaning shit.
That is,
and I'm looking at what they do and be like, damn, y'all some go hards. That's why I'm like, it has to affect your home life.
I mean, you are a press shirt type nigga.
I'm
like,
just,
you know what I mean?
you
well,
like,
not today, but
not today.
Not.
Oh, you think I didn't iron this biker shirt before? You think I didn't go over this with some steam? Like,
what's the setting
I'll
for biker
steam my
gear?
biker shirt before I get on a bike. I'll steam them little tight ass shorts. I don't care.
that polyester takes the iron real well.
Yeah, you got it just one time. That's all you gotta do. Like one time, go over your shirt. Listen, if you out here listening or looking on the live stream, press your shit. I ain't with you.
Man, yo, man,
out here with your shit
hang
now.
your shit and just, lend it once in a while if you got
Press
some
your
fucking
shit.
pets. Fuck pets. Don't have pets is what I'm saying. But just
That is
hang your
true.
shit. Yeah, don't have pets.
So wait, we got a couple more. I don't even remember these
Yeah.
being out here. Where did these come from?
Where magic,
Oh, yeah.
magic.
Buzzy's here,
Well,
so
Buzzy's
that
assist.
will explain.
Dude.
Whenever beer just appears, Buzzy's around.
Are these the new ones or these the?
Oh, y'all got the Crowler carrier.
Oh yeah, we're all over
Yeah.
at airport.
I didn't even know there was a Crowler carrier.
Yeah, we got the first one. Yeah. It's actually for wine bottles.
Okay.
This one's your story.
Did it not have the mindful insignia on there?
Yeah, it's the magic
It's
of
a little
ink
stamp. Yeah.
So alcohol level warning, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
9%, generally.
Oh.
See, once you get to 9, if you don't tell me, it's kind of like date rape. You know what I mean?
It's like the roller coaster, like tick, tick. tick,
It's kind of
tick.
like, or it is. What?
Yeah.
But at the end of this shit, we gonna be like, woo.
So this one's on me.
can't be
I was
9.
hoping one of us, yeah. So
I do have the
9.
shirt on.
if we can just like get a,
Not
That is
9.
not
just to give you some context,
This
gentlemen,
is the koala.
have a look at Nick's.
the koala.
That's
koala beer.
This is a very angry koala.
That
bear.
is.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea of the drop bear. So there's an urban myth in Australia that there's a particular kind of koala, a proto koala, that has a lot of anger issues.
Okay.
And when it hears the American accent, specifically of a tourist in Australia, it falls from the eucalyptus tree and rips their throat out.
Oh.
And this thing's complete bullshit. But
Yeah,
if
it's
you,
a
if you
complete urban legend.
if you
It's like our
type if you type
Bigfoot.
it into Google and hit images, you get these bloodthirsty motherfuckers like this guy.
What do you do if you get injured by a koala bear? Do you tell people, or I'll ask you? What happens? Your dude comes home and he's got an injury from a koala bear.
They
Do y'all
probably
clown him?
blame it on the drop bear.
Has Trump been to Australia yet?
There's still time.
Has he been to Australia yet?
Not
Don't
in,
get this
not in
whole
his,
podcast.
I'm just- You're
really gonna go this way?
I'm just. All I'm saying is.
So out of all
all
out
I'm
of the four
saying
of us,
is.
Edit this out, Buzzy.
All I'm saying is that urban legends have a some sort of what I mean, and if Trump wanted to take a walk in some Australian woods.
So if that's what happens,
Get got
some
by the
dude got
drop bear.
beat up by a
And it
koala
came
bear?
into with a drop bear.
let's just out of the four people sitting here, there's one of us that can get deported. just back the fuck off, buddy. Back the fuck off.
He just checked my privilege. he checked my privilege. That's the first time a white man has checked my privilege. That is, cheers to that.
You're
man.
definitely fucking
That was-
winning. That. You're definitely fucking winning. Yeah. So the idea is that with that background story in mind, that it was a pure coincidence that this name came into the mix. But it's a koala that doesn't really exist. It looks very placid, but it's aggressive, and you end up dead.
It's deceptive.
That's what
so
the fuck
you
this is.
made
That's
that
what
to
this is.
be deceptive. You were like, I'm gonna make some
This-
sneaky shit.
Well, the basis for this is a beer that's like a 4.5%, like summer beer you drink on the beach in Australia. It's full of Galaxy hops, and it's real refreshing, real clean, lots of wheat, really dry. This is like the double fuck on that. Like it's times 2.
Yeah, it's a 9%er.
It's a 9%er.
It's
So
so
It's the
like,
drop bear.
It like
It'll get you.
But it looks
It'll
real
get you.
pale. It's got that nice kind of weedy haze to it. But I tell you what do we sell this in 12s? A couple of 12s.
Yeah.
and
That's
you-
citrusy, like and these are the Galaxy hop. Is that out of New Zealand or whatever?
no, it's obviously out of Australia. That's the
Those are
home of the
Australia.
koala.
Which one is out of New Zealand?
Nelson is probably.
Yeah,
Nelson
Nelson's got more of a kind of grapey, kind of a different kind of fruit, like a fresh grape. This is Galaxy, and it's with this alcohol content. The Galaxy tastes like a grilled pineapple.
Yeah.
But that.
So how do you even go into that to think or to create a taste where it's like, all right, it doesn't taste as strong as it is?
Yeah, how do you hide the flavor? Because a lot of
Why
people
do
are starting to
not
hide
do
the
that
flavor.
all the time?
We just seem to have a gift for it. Like everything we make is stronger than it tastes. Yeah.
Oops.
Well, no, you need to let people know.
No, I mean it's
Gotta
about
let
it's
people
about
know.
fermentation management and all this other kind of background stuff. But all of our beers are is
You know,
like with that IPA.
You know how like when you see the list of ingredients and it says like natural flavors, That's what he's like. Well, it's just a thing. It's some background
The,
there.
the natural flavors, alcohol.
Well,
in this one, it's the hops and the alcohol being the driving force. Yeah, but
I'm telling you, the silver tongue, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's a hell of a skill, man, because that'll knock you on
taste
your
like
ass.
a 9 at all.
Like, yeah, you really now the other, you know what I mean? Like, because I really don't want an alcohol warning until I get about like 8.5, 9.
so you said something. You're slowly upping that from.
So
what I'm saying.
he started out with
his.
he was like 7-ish or whatever.
Well, I got
he said 6.5,
Yeah,
which is
I
every
gotta
beer.
go
I'm like an
perform
8.5.
at the Improv after this. I can't be drunk off my.
You're gonna be on fire, my friend.
He's got work. I got a DD coming, so
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm at like 8.5. Let me know this shit. Yeah, no, that's wild as fuck.
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the secret ingredients is the cane sugar. So, Galaxy hops are Australian. That kind of, summer ale basis, the Pacific ale is the basis for the style, a local style in Australia. But the cane sugar, no flavor, but it dries it out and gives a really nice kind of alcohol hit.
Yeah.
It's got that almost a bit of wininess to it, like starts to kick in like a bit of a white wine in terms of just that alcohol mouthfeel. Yeah.
So we've got how many beers? 3.
Are you starting to count backwards now?
Man.
You said you had a
We
thing.
don't know what day is at this point. After what they did before this and now having this beer, I don't know what day's head is.
Yeah, no, we don't know where the fuck this is going to go in the next 15 minutes, but it's gonna. This is the roller coaster.
More
man. It's
beer.
You know what I mean,
We're going to go to more beer
Yeah.
because this is all delicious. And then what I wanted to ask, and it's kind of awkward timing because we're still tasting your beers, but what gave you all the idea to, I don't want to say turn it to it's almost like you go into Mindful and you can go shopping for beer. So it has obviously your beers on tap. You can buy Mindful, but you all also include, a wide selection of beers. Craft beers, and that's something that I've never seen in a brewery, and it adds to me wanting to patronize Mindful though. Like I can go get some really good beer from Mindful, and then I can dabble
take
in
some
something
stuff
that I
home
thought
or-
about or heard about from another brewery. Like
Well, that's part of it comes from background of how we opened it, why we opened it. Is I've been at 99 Bottles in Carnegie for the last couple of years as a little bottle shop, and so that's kind of how we got the start for Mindful and wanted to brew our own beers. But we sold a lot of like takeout beers, and we had a nice wide selection of beers, so we just brought that with us to Mindful, kind of what we know, doing like takeout beer and the wide selection, variety, and just making sure when people come in, it's like you guys were talking about earlier with you don't know these beers exist that like taste like a pop or anything like that, but they're out there, and you want people to be exposed to that. And like I was saying with sours is we do, certain ranges of beers, but we're not able to do barrel aged sours right now. So we also want to make sure that if people are coming looking for that, and they can, find some great examples of them.
and I think
at our
that's
spot.
I was at a brewery before out in Ohio, and we were talking about how the beer industry has that camaraderie that you can go to one brewery and they'll give you suggestions for other breweries in the area, because they understand that craft beer drinkers aren't just like, oh, we're just gonna do this. People don't have one brewery and they're like, that's my brewery. They want to try different beers. So when one brewery is doing well, that means more business coming through or whatever.
Yeah.
And that, because when we first got into it, we were like, oh shit, are we going to be able to do podcasts with more than one brewery? Are they going to is it beef?
You got one friend, then you piss them off.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, you fucking with over there? No, you know what I mean?
Even where we're at with we're right in the middle of Spoonwood and Hitchhiker, and Andy and Gary from Hitchhiker are awesome, and
you guys, I was down
Steve
at
and James from Spoonwood are great.
I was down at that Brewer Olympics or whatever that you got, that down at Grist House, and it was everybody's just
having a good time,
having a great fucking time. Everybody's doing what they love,
shout out to Andy. He just got married, right?
Yeah, he got married.
Yeah, shout out to Andy. Yeah.
Good call. Yeah.
Congrats, Andy, man. That was dope. He had like a blue.
Andy and Danny, yeah.
They had a blue. He had the blue suspenders. She had the blue shoes. It was super sharp. I was like, I ain't never seen Andy cleaned up though.
Well, to go to
He used to be
backhanded
rocking that long
complimenting.
hair. Yeah, there it is. There
Try
it
to
is.
give him a compliment.
I know,
Here
I-
come the hate.
No, I told him when he came through, like the last time, because like when we first, Andy, like I remember, like I remember, like when they first opened up, and like I left my PA system down there, and we came through, and he was just like in the basement, just grinding, like with the just mashing shit, like had the fucking the big,
And you can't even stand up in there. Is the
no,
problem,
yeah,
you know?
he's like hunched
like
over,
hunched over.
just like mashing shit or whatever. Like, oh, you was putting in fucking work, man, and like to have them open it up now down to like to see that come to fruition the way like that's super dope. And
fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
and,
awesome.
Like, I
for
mean,
them.
and then Andy
and that
like.
space is super cool.
Yeah, and then like Andy developed some swag with it. Like, yeah, I mean, he he got this fresh haircut out, he wifed up, like he's shout out to Andy, man. I
We
can't wait to see.
upgraded his life. I like to feel like once you podcast with the drinking partners, that's gonna happen.
Got the
You
DP
like-
bump.
So every-
You took that full circle. It took a while. Like, you did the props, then you shat on, and then you brought it back. So
that's authentic.
That's what we do here, man. So what's the next on deck?
All right, the next one is a
We can't be out drinking the Aussie. No, you can't let that. You got to represent for your country.
no, don't worry about him.
I'm aware of the threat with this one. You
This
guys
doesn't end with him. This doesn't end here with us. Like he's been in this industry for his life.
So this is a style of beer, which is, as I report, is called Bière de Garde, which
Bière de Garde.
is like I would describe it as an amber saison from a region between like France and Belgium. So it's a little bit tart. It's complex like a saison is, and has some real nice flavors going on here. And so we did this beer with actually mushrooms. And so it's we call it a shroom de garde.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So what do those mushrooms do?
Clarify the type of mushroom.
decide it's-
Portobello or
That's-
something?
that's-
Cut it off.
Cremini? like-
Yeah, no, cremini's were in the mix. So
Okay.
I'm just saying, enjoy the rest of your night.
you said
I
this,
keep telling y'all I gotta go to work after this.
don't we all? Don't we all?
Like, do you understand how weird it is to get on stage and have a fucking mushroom trip and try to be funny?
This nigga will be on
I
stage.
mean, you're
speaking from
about to
experience.
find out,
I'm
man.
be telling jokes to myself.
Either way, you're about to find out.
He will be at the improv licking the microphone and shit. Like, on stage just looking at it like, "Are y'all tasting what I'm tasting?"
Like, what the fuck you talking about?
Schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
This mic has hints of tobacco and cocaine.
Wow.
I taste the mushrooms.
A little bit.
A little bit, like
So it's more like about a savoriness. So that it's not like overtly like if you smell a mushroom or something.
well, no,
that
it didn't
comes
like.
up.
It's not like I'm picking
Yeah.
mushrooms off of a pizza and eating them because that's the only way black people eat mushrooms. But like, it's
It's classy. Yeah, that's right.
you act like you just had.
I eat
just had
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
I eat mushrooms and other like you can actually take a nice ass portobello and slice it up and marinate it and throw it on the grill and that bitch cuts like a steak. Cuz.
Yeah, nah.
like the good portobello.
I mean,
not
talking
the
about
little
they break
bullshit.
shit. We're
that-
talking
yeah,
about
that's
the
what like a
typical
vegan
Negro.
says.
Yeah, but
to
yeah,
convince
you're right.
people to give up meat.
Because I didn't. I was
Typical
introduced to
Negro
that
has
from
like, yeah,
on
but
a pizza.
a European
Or chicken
had given
marsala.
me that trick. I didn't
Yeah.
learn that in the
Chicken
hood.
marsala.
Yeah.
Chicken marsala. When you upgrade, get your first job with benefits. You want to take shorty out.
You go get
You'll
chicken
order
marsala.
chicken marsala, and those are the only two times I've had mushrooms.
Dude, that's my birthday dinner. It's chicken
Exactly.
marsala. That's
Is that a
Still.
red sauce or a white sauce?
it's a
white
white.
sauce.
Yeah.
It's
White.
chicken
Marsala.
marsala. I don't give a
I don't
fuck
know.
what it is.
See, I don't really
it
do
has a
Italian
name,
food, man.
marsala,
That's not-
which I can pronounce, but sounds a little bougier
Yeah.
than me ordering fried chicken. So it's like, all right, I can do this.
I don't even like.
Do I need to say it came back to the fucking chicken again?
Yes, it does.
Boom.
Comes back to the chicken.
That's what they call in the comedy game a callback.
But that's like
You're using it too much. Going back to it.
No,
such
well,
thing.
it's not even like
It's not even too much.
that's
It's hilarious
that's
every
a quota,
time.
man. That's
You-
a quota.
you-
That's point of return.
you.
Back to the quota.
Called it
Back to the
quota.
quota.
The beauty of it is that we're not even trying to call back, but you were noticing it. So because I didn't even know, like, oh damn, we are talking about chicken.
You can't even help yourself.
Yeah, we are talking about chicken.
He
Like,
showed up to this podcast. He was like, I'm going to do a chicken count. And he's doing a chicken
now
count.
I want to go back and listen to all the other podcasts and wonder how many times now I got to do a chicken count for 120.
Just put it in the corner, like bing, bing.
or a cluck.
Yeah,
Buzzy, you
like
got
when it-
work
like-
to do.
when it like creps out an egg like that.
We got
Cha-ching.
all right, we got to do a thing, right? If you can tweet to us how many times we mentioned chicken in this podcast accurately, first person to give us the accurate count gets 2 free tickets to Mike Kaplan.
Boom.
There it
Right
is. Yeah, I mean, hashtag. I don't know, you the hashtag dude, but
Okay, I wasn't ready.
hashtag chicken count. I don't know how many motherfuckers got.
It's gotta be better than that.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'll think about it. We'll continue with the
But
interview.
yeah, no, that's
Like
if-
5 minutes later, you're just gonna yell it out.
basically.
Yeah, I mean, but if the first person to accurately describe how many times we went back to chicken, you get 2 free tickets to Mike Kaplan, man. Dope. So
Kentucky Fried Counting.
Ready to talk about the beer yet, or
yeah, no. So
I was actually thinking of a segue. I was trying to segue, but
I'm
just
still
talk
trying to
about the
taste
beer.
it because I don't taste mushroom. I don't know if you like.
so the idea is that this is a weird style of beer, like you said.
I don't know if
Saison.
I've had anything quite like this. This is almost like I want to marinate steak in this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
That's definitely in the mix.
You
It's-
just said portobello on the grill.
Yes,
Yeah.
no,
Cuts
this
like
is
a steak.
I
I'm
can
telling
some
you,
ribs or
you
something
feel
like with a nice steak in this bitch. Like
So the idea is that we mashed it in with white button mushrooms, and then we dried all these creminis and put them in the boil. So it's not about the aggressive forward note of the mushroom that doesn't taste or smell like mushrooms, but you get this fantastic savory effect.
yeah, no, that's like that.
And-
Yeah, no, that's
Like real salty meat, like real tasty
like
stuff.
Worcestershire sauce and
Exactly.
soy sauce
Same
and
thing.
that.
It's full of
I mean, like,
anchovies.
that's a
That's
good marinade type
the
of
umami type thing.
So this is a great pairing.
So
for
this would be
beef.
So every time you
that
give
would
somebody,
be
like,
amazing. Yeah.
Every time
to
at the
cook
bar,
with.
we give somebody a 5-ounce taste of this. You just watch them just masticating on it. Yeah.
So how would you? I mean, do you like cook with beer at all? Is that a
I was
thing?
gonna ask that. That's funny.
Because I've been wanting to cook like Shoe Brew has like a boy named Shoe and it's just like Mexican chili stout chocolate or whatever, and like I'm like, I could like it's sweet,
pour this over a steak.
some ribs or something. I mean, like that
Just as
flavor.
is.
Yeah, I mean, like how do you like how would you suggest getting that flavor? Like, I mean,
It's
for
real
me?
difficult. The marinade's good, the reductions are good, but you got to remember that the bitterness accumulates. Bitterness doesn't evaporate; the liquid does,
So then you're just
and then the alcohol evaporates as well. So you can make a sauce. Marinades are good. That's often good to like do vinaigrette.
So could I be on like a cast iron doing a steak and then pour this on the steak? How would that turn out? 'Cause
No.
I'm
It-
thinking of that
You
right
leave
now.
it marinated.
But if you did like a chimichurri,
Explain.
Chimichurri. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
it's an Argentine green herb dressing.
Argentina.
So where it like fresh.
Argentina.
You're not
Yeah.
cooking.
Argentina.
So you're not cooking the beer.
Argentine.
That's what I thought.
That's it.
I thought if you're from Argentina, you were Argentinian.
Yeah,
but
well-
you're an Argentine.
Argentine. That's
You're
what
an
I'd say.
Argentine.
Anyway, that's probably just because the Falklands are
We
a
don't know
horrible
who's
situation.
right and who's wrong. And we're
Exactly.
not gonna Google
The Malvinas
Some
versus
asshole.
the
Listen,
Falklands.
listen, bro.
It's 3-1.
Listen,
I'm
bro.
Argentinian.
We gotta
as well,
stop.
so
We
I
gotta
think it's
stop talking about
American.
this Australia shit, man. He
It's
could be
American
deported.
Australia.
So the idea
yeah.
is that you'd have like a green sauce, like a salsa verde,
Yeah,
but you would cut this in as the vinegar
Oh, all right.
and then just top it.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, man.
I mean, that's
brings it all.
I was picking that up.
The
Like, okay.
two things that I found. Well, I guess three. Well, I guess it is just two.
Koalas, kangaroos,
No,
and Steve Irwin.
when it comes to yeah, no, I mean,
No, we're saving that for later in the
yeah,
show.
no,
We
I
haven't
mean,
gone there yet.
this is my chance to do the stereotypical shit because I get called Ed Bailey all the fucking time. I don't know anything like this.
That's a compliment.
I'm just gonna start calling you Ed Bailey.
Yeah,
Just
I
piss
mein,
you off, yeah.
That's a
but
compliment. He
and we're on a
tried,
podcast
like,
where we're talking about fried chicken.
You know what eats at
Should
him.
definitely get called it.
Ching.
Yeah, I mean, ching. But
It's got to be a cluck, man. It can't just be.
I like you
Yeah.
gotta.
Or got to be that rooster from Looney Tunes.
Buzzy, go. Yeah, there he is. Yeah,
He's on it.
He's all over. He's all over.
Fuzzy's always watching like a ninja. That's why he always wear black. But anyway, what I said.
No ninja is gonna have craft beer before he starts ninjing.
He's gonna end up so fucked up.
But the two things are it's like a chemist engineer mind, and then like the art, like I mean, like the way you can bring various things together to create new shit. But like that engineer mind or whatever, like so. I forget how the fuck we got into that.
I don't know what the fuck he was about to
Oh
say.
yeah, with the cooks. But yeah, that artistic side is the cook side. You know what I mean, like a lot of brewers have a way in the kitchen. You know what I mean, because you have to have a palate. Like you have to, all the flavors that you described and shit like that. Like that's what motherfuckers get paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to do on like travel network. Is go travel and describe food for a living.
Cooking and brewing are really similar. It's just
they're the same thing.
It takes a couple hours to fuck something up in the kitchen. It takes like a month to fuck something up in the brewery.
It takes a couple seconds sometimes. Like I mean, some of that shit is a second away from burnt to like perfect, like in the kitchen or whatever. And like we were there. Like that's what the beauty of it was. Like you really are cooking this shit. You know what I mean? Like you got a big ass pot and like you're throwing in ingredients and like I mean, like it's a big kitchen. Really, I mean, it's way more complex.
The problem is if we fuck it up, it takes it's 3 weeks to fix it.
Yeah, it's like
we have to start again. So
like I said before, it's like a kitchen / meth lab. You know what I mean? Like
it does seem like a meth lab. Just
don't blow up our
It's
spot.
a meth lab for food. Like that would.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, I think because you can't eat.
You come in with the hazmat suit, you throw that little tarp over that motherfucker. Nobody knows exactly what you're doing.
It can blow the fuck up.
We don't know what you're cooking.
He's definitely the Walter White of the two of us.
He's the Heisenberg of beer.
He's
way
Heisenberg.
too technically
I'm gonna get him the
brewer.
hat and the sunglasses. We're good.
Sure,
So you're that side
numpty
numpty that sells it. Whatever he's called.
Yeah, Jesse.
Are you
I got the pink man.
Do you drive off from work and scream like yes?
Sometimes,
Is that what you do?
It's crazy.
You just taste some fire ass beer. Like,
All right, we got 2 more.
I'm very happy about that.
Yes. What do we got?
You know,
Oh, is that the double? Yeah.
So you guys know a little bit about this, but this is the beer that you guys were we brewed as it's a Belgian double.
You came while we brewed.
Yeah.
You came there. We brewed.
Yeah, y'all brewed.
I'll
Be honest. I didn't do much brewing that day.
Because I was about to call you out because like
I didn't do much.
You was chilling too.
No,
that's
my
the
job
one time
for
I had
the
to
day.
get off my ass.
It's the Heisenberg.
So it's usually like we switch it up. It's that day I was the entertainer for the day. So this is not a completed
finished.
beer,
But
we wanted to at least bring you guys a little taste of it.
This was our education. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And
Like,
it's got a little bit of my cologne aroma in it because y'all opened the tank. I kind of went over there.
Just the best part.
Made sure.
Yeah,
Some
Gucci
of that
Guilty, good
fast
cologne.
food aroma we've been talking about.
I had a Cavs shirt on too. Go Cavs.
So this is not a finished beer. It is
Still in tank.
Still in tank.
So what does that mean?
It's taking a very long time to ferment.
Why do you think it's taking longer to ferment?
The yeast is just how it is. I put a deadline on it. Unfortunately, the yeast fucked me over.
So when the yeast fuck you over, they're just not eating fast enough.
Yeah.
They're lazy.
Oh, it's like my daughter.
Lazy yeast, yeah.
Oh, my daughter pisses me off.
Like you got shit to do.
You gotta
and
do
she
the
doesn't wanna
airplane
eat her
with it.
broccoli.
Oh, it's every night. You got to give her a bath, but she's sitting there taking her fucking time. You like, eat the fucking chicken.
Airplane. You ain't be there. Oh, she a little too old for
daughter-
airplane.
Oh, there's
man.
the chicken again.
That chicken just went straight through, buddy. What
Feeding my daughter.
Your daughter like grew up fast as shit. Like
My
it's-
daughter's like damn near 4, and she's just an asshole when it comes to that. That's all it is. She knows she need to eat quick, and when she likes some shit like macaroni and cheese, she'll eat quick as
Dude,
fuck.
my niece was all about chicken McNuggets, and that was it.
Whatever, she'll eat quick as fuck. Throw some meat on her plate that she ain't quite familiar with. My daughter's and her mother's listening. She probably watching. This is what she do. She'll grab her neck, and start like doing her little pacifying thing, looking at the plate like, I don't really want to fuck with that. Let me take a little nibble and let me sit on it for a minute. it's good, but you know what? Daddy yelled at me earlier, so I'm just gonna sit here for 2 hours while my bath water gets cold. And he has
That
to run it
passive
again.
aggressive shit.
Yeah, my daughter's an asshole.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
gonna be a hell of a wife, though.
I mean,
She's gonna be a hell of a wife,
Oh,
but she's
yeah.
gonna be an asshole to her husband.
I mean, I'm looking at like her parents, man. Like y'all are.
fam.
Well, no, I mean, like y'all are very strong-willed individuals, and I mean, like you know,
That's Dave
You know your wife is putting shit in her
like
ear.
y'all like you know,
Yo,
y'all,
fuck with daddy.
y'all
tonight.
if y'all the
Don't
type
eat this.
that like y'all cool if you fuck with them. If they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you.
That's what she
like,
did.
you know what I mean?
I'm cool, like I'll eat you, but if I don't fuck with you, then I'm gonna just let you sit and get cold.
I mean, like, and you know, if she
Kai,
mad
if
at
you're
daddy,
listening, eat your damn food.
daddy gonna get that motherfucker. You know what?
She
Fuck
do,
you.
yeah. Kai gives me, my
Fuck your
daughter gives me
plans.
the cold shoulder
Yeah.
like a mother. She'll show. You be like, give me a kiss, daddy. Gotta go to work.
Nah.
I don't fuck with
Nah.
you right now. Look at you. Right. So what do you when we're drinking?
I still haven't had
unfinished
this yet.
beer.
So it's So you're getting a little bit of weird flavor because there's still like a little bit of yeast in suspension, which is something you don't normally get.
So yeah, what's the difference between an unfinished and the finished product?
Hey, well, right now would be temperature because this beer in tank is at about 75 right now. So that's the temperature it's
It's a
at.
nighttime.
So
It's a nighttime beer
Yeah.
at this point.
Well,
Wow.
so because that's see, I didn't even think about the temperature like the tank.
That's-
So that's just like living.
That's the yeast.
That's the
yeah.
shit that you don't want like food to get out because then bacteria
Exactly.
and everything else
But
grows.
that's-
So
Well,
then-
no,
what
it's a
we're
little
try-
bit different. It's more like a yogurt or something where the yeast is in control, so nothing else can get in.
Yeah, no, not at anything,
No.
but like
Yeah.
that's like the living temperature. Like, I mean, they live in that like
Exactly.
environment or whatever.
That
Not
way.
that like bacteria are gonna take
Well,
over.
the-
I'm saying that like
the temperature
because if
food
you take it
danger
too-
zone. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you
It's-
if you
it's
take it too
irrelevant.
cold, then it wouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Would it would the yeast
they would
ferment
actually
it
they
if
would
it was
actually
cold as well?
drop out of solution of the beer.
They don't
would
like cold
fall out.
temperatures.
Yeah, so like
generally.
so 75 degrees is like it's a livable.
It's a happy place.
Yeah, yeah, all right. And
Oh,
then
I could put it in a bottle and have my son drink it out of a nipple at 75. That's how it sounds to me.
what? No, we're.
I mean, not this.
What? I'm not saying get your son drunk. I'm saying that's an
Except
easy
for
way to
no-
make
no,
let a
what
motherfucker go to
what-
sleep.
what I'm saying is that like
That's
throughout
an appropriate
this whole
temperature.
thing,
I
this
was
is
gonna say.
Yeah, like put him to bed.
this is just
a
an
little
epiphany
shot of
for
beer.
me, like thinking of all
Like
the
warm beer
like
instead of warm milk.
Exactly.
the biology that goes into brewing or whatever, because you're working with like living organisms
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
that's-
and like the
Yeah, he's
that
trying to
process.
sound smart. I'm just trying to be.
No,
a
I
good
mean
dad.
I'm just piecing together
organism.
the fact that you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
leave it at like 75
we
degrees is where that you
129
would be that
episodes
because
in. He's never said organisms.
that's because I just
Where's
realized
the organism count is on the right side. That's one. That's one.
yeah, no,
So,
that's,
what do
No,
you
but
think?
that's it. That's
How would a flavor be affected if, as a finished product, as opposed
when
to
there's
right now?
actually yeast in the beer. They have their own like weird, like chalky, thick
Yeah.
kind of flavor to it. So this will be a little more polished in about a week's
be cleaner.
time when we release it.
It tastes more malty, more
Yeah,
kind
I
of chocolate
noticed with
saucy.
the-
Yeah,
I was about to say like there's like chocolatiness like
it's
in
still
that.
there.
that'll
Even
be
with
there.
the yeast
That'll
there.
be
I
there.
mean, you need to kind of think about this chalky flavor and try and think it's not there. Yes, and then you're left with this kind of chocolate syrupy flavor, a little bit of alcohol, and 9.5%.
This is gonna be 9.5.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops.
Damn it! Well, we
Oops.
drinking partners.
Dude, yeah.
You ain't coming in with a 6.
Listen. So I was like,
Oh wait
Yeah,
till
I'm-
he starts mumbling. That's how you know you got it.
Oh, dude, I was at an
So I see
Apis
what
show
you
with
guys-
him last week, and it was good.
yeah, you guys
They
got
went too
like
far.
you do the taps right with the tap handles.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, and like you put the letters on there or whatever. And I'm like, man, those are great tap handles with your letters and shit, right?
Well, thank you.
But I'm thinking like a big black cast,
For Epicast. Is that where you're going?
Epicast podcast.
You want to call it?
It's a big.
So we
it's a
got we
big
got to
black
name this beer still.
Well,
What are you
hold
thinking?
on. So,
No, you can
so
fucking hit yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
big black cast, and on the handle, BBC.
Oh, he's trying to get the name.
Oh,
You
man.
know,
There-
'cause he's saying
I like
we're a
it.
big black guy.
I like it.
It's a big,
That's good.
It's a big black beer. The podcast, Epicast,
Big black cast.
big black cat, BBC. I mean,
Across the table, then you ain't got.
That's great.
I mean,
So that actually is great for us because we have a beer that we call SCS.
yeah,
This
that's
is
what,
our session IPA, and that I think that'll
kind of fit in.
It's the opposite. It's the soft cock session.
Yeah, and that's what when you said, I was like, oh, because they do. Yeah, I mean, I was like, that. I mean,
so I'm gonna
they got to order the BBs, and that's a conversation.
Okay, so I just want you to picture this for your enjoyment, as I'm gonna go back there and be like, yeah, we named the beer. It's a Big Black Cast. And they're just gonna look at me like, oh, okay, we're gonna go write this on signs. Is that what you're saying? We're gonna.
Do you know how many arguments we're gonna start? I would love to inspire a beer that inspired that many arguments. Like, if a dude comes in with his wife and she orders a BBC inspired by Ed Daly, like that makes me feel amazing.
We're gonna call it Ed and Day's BBC.
Damn it!
Ed and Day's
Ed and
BBC.
Dave's Big Black Cast.
Hey, you know how many arguments they gonna be in the car after the kid fell asleep? You know, they went to Mindful, had their beer, they had that fucking burger with the egg on it, which is amazing.
The Mount Lebanon and the Upper St. Clair.
Driving home, he's like,
and you just went straight for the BBC?
yeah, like, and that's what, as a man, there's such a delicate introduction to your concerns, and women don't understand it because women can be so aggressive with their concerns. They can always come out. As a man, you have to delicately approach it, but make them understand that you're serious. So you sitting in the car and you gotta ride for a second with no talking, no interaction. Or then she'd be like, "Can you turn the 2 Chainz? Why you think you got a BBC? You think 2 Chainz got a BBC? What you mean?" Like, yeah, I said, yeah. That was the first thing off your list. I thought I was number 1 on your list. But you wanted Ed and Dave's BBC because it made you feel good. Huh? Damn, I want that to happen.
We're going to get you guys to write the description for us, too, just to make
we
it.
Just do the whole release and launch is behind us.
Let's just say we're going to need some tasting notes.
Right, like, I didn't know you were in the English comedies.
So you swallowed that BBC? You don't swallow me. Like, that's dope, man. That makes me happy as a human.
Oh, man. You guys are coming out for this release. I hope you
yes,
know.
please,
You're gonna
man.
come out.
Yeah, no, if you are going to really name it BBC, Ed and Dave's BBC, like, however, any iteration of that, because I don't know if it was going to fly, because, like, I know the naming process for beers is, like, wild as shit, and you guys get rejected. So I don't know if that'll work, but if it would, man.
Big Black Cash, you can't. Nothing.
Be good.
Your mind's in the gutter if you look at that wrong.
Yeah, it's your problem.
It's
you've been watching too much porn if you've been listening to this podcast or watching it live stream and you knew exactly what a BBC was. That's a reflection on your life.
We've not once mentioned what it was, and your
all.
minds are in the gutter. Shame on you. On a Sunday of all days, shame on you.
Now, as a home brewer, because I'm drinking this.
I just hope it's not taken. I hope that name's not taken. That's it.
Me too. It's a way to get in another man's bedroom without actually being there. But anyway.
Hey, did your wife have my Blick back class?
Wow. We should pass out cards at our live shows. But anyway, listen, so as a home brewer.
Go try our cat.
Because you said this isn't finished. Like, how difficult is it to wait until completion? Because I'm drinking this and it's not a bad beer to be unfinished.
It's mad.
Like, so you telling me it's unfinished? The only thing that I saw was there wasn't the head when you poured it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it looks a little like
it's not
white,
carbonated
like milky or
right
whatever.
now either. But that's the yeast that you're
seeing. If I could get this and not have to wait to completion, like I'd continually do this.
Would the cask scales or whatever?
Yeah.
Like they're not like
correct. This
but they're clear. They're clear.
That stage, but true.
Yeah.
So this still has yeast in suspension. It still has a little bit of fermentation to happen, and it still.
That's
needs
what carbonates like a cask ale. They would wait even a little bit.
They do
more.
a secondary ferment in the cask in the UK. I know you've been to the UK, so that's a little bit of a different situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck y'all saying, but I'm saying like it would be very difficult. If I had a rough day and I was home brewing and I was at this stage, I would just shut the process
Yo, man,
down.
that's if somebody offered me was like, yo, I got some home brew and they poured me that, I'd be like, nah.
I'm shutting the process down. Like, what more am I gonna get out of a home brew?
Yeah.
Like, so the
That's
patience
delicious,
that you all
man.
have with waiting to completion just got magnified by this beer. Like to wait to completion and like
I can't wait for
introduce
this
it.
shit, man.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah,
just
it's actually-
like, how
gotta
do
get-
you even?
I was
Wait?
pretty psyched that
We'll see you guys down at the launch, hopefully.
Yeah,
if you got
yeah,
time,
no,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah, get us those dates ASAP. We
It
will
looks
be.
like Tuesday the 18th.
Yeah.
There we go.
Tuesdays
We
are
will be
great because
launching
ain't nobody
this-
doing a
yeah.
motherfucking thing on a Tuesday.
That's
That's why we're there.
That's
Yeah.
why we do it.
Everything you're doing is being a father on Tuesday, and I can definitely go drink instead of doing that.
What you said? What date is that again?
Tuesday, July 18th. I think
Hey,
what month.
Tuesday, July 18th.
missed
If you listen at home, you listen in here. This probably won't be out by the 18th.
listen at home,
but if you
you
listen at home right now, man.
Yeah, we'll throw it up on Facebook and Twitter and all
Oh,
that
yeah,
fun
yeah.
shit. So
If
Hey,
you guys
come and
come
get
down,
some of
we'll
Ed
rock
Day's
it out.
BBC.
Yeah.
No, we'll definitely be down. I'm gonna be down there for the finished product. This
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I need to go back and get that fucking egg burger.
Yeah.
Do you realize how much that has affected my life? I've had about 36
I think
different
that
burgers since I
saved-
ate at y'all spot, searching for like the burger is the perfect meal. Like burger and fries, you get that heartiness, the filling, you get the flavor if it's done right. You can throw lettuce and tomato for vegetable and fruit. Yeah, I mean, you could throw whatever kind. Like that burger, oh man.
Yeah, the
especially
egg on the one.
you add that egg on top and you get
And
the
I had
yolk.
one of the first ones of the day. Like
That's what
chef
you-
was really
you had
like-
it before we were even open.
Yeah, and like
I had to call in
he had
favors to get you
time
that
on my
burger.
shit, so I
Oh,
got a
dude.
little more than what the average person would get, but that was amazing. Like,
Thank you.
to get that and get it like before he had to deal with
The
like, a
rush?
whole-
Oh, so
yeah,
that
the
was like a
rush.
handcrafted
Like mine
burger.
was a
That was a
handcrafted
craft
burger.
burger
They're
before.
they're all crafted, buddy. Just
You know, yeah. I mean,
No.
but
I'm
we
not saying
know
they're not
the
all
difference between
crafted.
like, yeah, I mean, like that first when you're just in there and like, man, I'm getting hit.
The
Like,
first,
you know,
you were the first burger of the day to come out.
yeah, no,
Well,
the first
the
is always
egg was just
And nothing else
perfected
was
on
Yeah,
going
there.
like,
on.
especially
Like,
when you have a chef that cares about his shit. Like, yeah, I mean, he wants to start off the day right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he gets it in there. You know,
That was that was
first one's the best one.
Yeah, the first
And
one,
they
and
gotta-
then
And I
and
got
then you just
that
get you in there.
That
Whatever.
was
And
that
I
was cooked by my
recommend-
buddy Ian. I will say that.
Yeah.
So that
And-
if
and
he's
I-
listening,
honestly,
he knows. Great
I think
burger,
that, like,
Ian.
saved
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you, Ian. Yeah, I mean, for that fucking
Thank you
burger,
for
and it
being
actually
born.
saved. I think it saved your whole day because we was there all day, and that was a marathon.
We would have messed him up. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you
We
didn't
would've
have that
messed him
to
up
set
pretty
your
good.
stomach, that would have been a whole. So like, yeah.
And
Shout out to Ian, man.
How
It was still
important
pretty
is it-
rough. Yeah.
How important is it for you guys the food aspect of it? Because I feel like to a certain degree that could be overlooked. You know, putting that spot together. You know, you're looking at it aesthetically. You're looking at the beer. You're looking at the creating the. You know, I can come here and it could be a distributor, or I can come here for the brewery,
Yeah.
and then you have to think of the food aspect, which you guys don't necessarily affect. You know, step by step, but you have to choose someone to create that. Because, like, if I'm going to get this level of beer and I can get that level of food on top of it, that's where I'm going. I can go there by myself with my friends and get fucked up. I can take my family there and have a nice lunch and dinner.
That's the thing. There is it's a family thing. Just like going around to breweries the last couple of years, I'll go to breweries on Saturday, Sunday, and you know that's a huge family thing. You see people out there with their kids and their wives, and
Yeah,
you know
there's
you got a
dogs and
grist
shit.
house and the dogs are involved
You know
and shit.
that was
So, like
that's it was a culture shock for me. Like going to breweries and like seeing kids while I was drinking. That shit, like Penn Brewery was the first time I saw that shit.
I
They
mean,
had the
Dad-
Oktoberfest.
Dad's got a drink
That
too,
fucked with me
man.
up.
We
Like, I was in-
we see older people as well. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
full
well,
spectrum, full spectrum.
Now that's like, you know, now I'm used to it, but like I'm talking like maybe 2007, 2008, and like I'm at Penn Brewery to Oktoberfest, and like I'm coming in, and like there's kids and shit.
That's,
Like,
that's a big
families.
event. That's a big event.
yeah, and I'm like, wait, motherfuckers got their kids, and like there's
Yeah.
like shit, like it was just so weird having like kids in a drinking environment. Now it's a
little
and
more-
dogs or whatever. It's kind of more common.
because we're so new, that's like something that we had seen and you know.
But even
so we
then-
definitely have that front dining room section. That's you know you can come in, you can bring a family. Not everyone has to drink.
And
They
then
can
if you don't want to
have
be
a,
with the
know,
kids, you go
something.
to the bar or that's
or go
it.
upstairs and
Yeah.
the patio and
And
stuff.
you
It's
go
all
to,
like
or if you're with your woman but you want some side piece, go to the little deck patio area.
That's
you can
your
bag
call.
her while your woman's down there with your kids, and you come
Just
back
waiting
and like
there?
nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just ordering. You know,
Yeah, I mean, dip off, you know.
It's all
I-
kicking in now, buddy. It's all kicking in now.
Listen. You got to have a plan for everything.
Yeah. when you get into family life, your whole shit is nothing but like it's just chess game. Yeah, I mean, you're always thinking at
Facts.
least 3-4 moves in advance.
Facts. Facts. And you don't even have to be doing anything that's negative. Maybe you just want to go out with your boy.
That's it.
So you know what you got to do if your boy's doing something on Friday? Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's all about wife.
Listen, man, I just wanted to get to this podcast on time. I had to think 2-3 moves in advance because I live in a house with 4 women. So if I want to get to where I need to motherfucker be, I need to make sure I put those. I start pushing people.
Do you have to like schedule bathroom time?
Nah, they do. We got enough bathrooms. We're cool with that. It's just a
I had
matter
2
of
sisters and a mom, and we had 1 bathroom.
Yeah, see, we got enough bathrooms. My thing is pushing people into like, and pushing them in a way that they don't feel like they're being pushed. But just being like, hey, by the way, we're going to do this here shortly. Oh man, look at the time. Just a little dumb shit like that. So that everybody starts to move and around, so that at 2:00 we get the fuck out of here. Like,
now is this the coup de grace?
It's the coup de grace, yeah.
This is,
we should have called it that, but instead it's called Putin's revenge.
Putin's revenge.
You
So
can't say that in America right now. He ain't got no revenge against Trump. They working in
Wow, yeah.
cahoots. They
They
in
just-
cahoots. You should call it Putin's homeboy.
Like I said,
Trump.
do I need to say that?
Don't make him say anything
Do
about
I need
Trump.
to say the fucking deported thing again? Or?
I would love for Donald Trump to comment on our podcast.
That's the deportation warning and the high alcohol warning
Well,
at
I
the same
can't get
time.
What is
deported,
this?
but I
What
could
is this?
definitely get
9%.
arrested.
No, it's
Nine.
Putin's revenge. So this is
Well, you getting deported, I would just follow you to find your beer.
that's fine. I appreciate that.
And with social,
And to be honest, I got
with social
I got some
media-
hookups in the Caribbean,
Oh,
so we
you
could
know
probably
what? You
find a
know
happy
what?
medium.
If you got deported, you know how big Mindful would blow up. That would be that would be.
That's what we're trying.
Like, they got.
That's,
yo,
that's
and then
why
they-
we're
and
trying
then-
not to get me deported.
Oh man,
Oh, they don't want you to go solo.
you. Oh man,
Gotta keep it under wraps.
Oh, all right, we figured that out.
So this one, Putin's revenge.
I need at least a couple more
This
months
is-
to learn all his secrets.
Alcohol warning.
Yeah, well, this.
there's got to be a 10 or above.
This,
So it's
this
a
is,
9.
Well, this
it's
is
a 9? Okay.
This tastes. This tastes like alcohol. It's like you're not drinking this and being like, oh, what? No, you drink this.
Listen,
You know
this is
what
a
the
nice
fuck you're
guy
doing.
for like the brandy kind of snifter, yeah. Like this one's real good when it warms up and it kind of kicks in, yeah.
Damn it, you
But
know
it's,
I gotta go do something later.
But it's a lager. It's a lager. It's not an ale.
Wait,
No,
it's
it
a
is.
lager.
This is a
Yeah.
lager, yes.
So it's really like clean. Doesn't have a
It
lot
is
of
a clean
fruitiness.
So
lager. Like,
what
it
is
has
what is
weight
all,
to
like?
it,
It's
though.
smoky a little. Like it got
That's more roast. Don't confuse
Roasted.
smoky with roasted.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
so those are the
Yeah.
two. Yeah, all right.
So smoky, they're like on the flavor wheel. They're next to each other.
All right.
But
Yeah, see, I'm getting
And then-
sun. You're getting sun on the gas. This is dope. So smoky and roasted.
and then phenolics next, like the peppery smell, like from a wheat beer. Yeah. So, it's got a lot of coffee characteristics from the malt, which again are like more roasted than smoky. But it's 9%. It's a lager. It's well fermented. Eh? You're laughing, boy. Now look at this guy.
Oh, y'all done fucked up.
I like so.
They fucked up now.
No, one, I'm fucked up, and two, like I just love learning shit. And like this isn't shit that I would Google. I didn't know roasted and smoky were on like the same side of the flavor
They're
wheel. or
next to
whatever.
each other on the flavor wheel. Did you know there was a flavor wheel?
I didn't know there was a flavor wheel. Yeah, I mean, like I knew that tastes.
We'll talk about that post show, but yeah, there's
Yeah,
a flavor wheel.
because I cook myself. I had a dream when I was in high school to be like chef or whatever. And my boy was like, "Yo, you see all those motherfuckers down there with the checker pants hanging out downtown? You don't want to be there." I
Well,
mean,
they
like,
not
you gotta-
chefs though.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's what I was
they
like.
work at spots, but they ain't chefs.
That's exactly.
They
yeah,
call
I mean,
themselves chefs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they
If you talk to them, they're chefs.
But from a kid from the hood, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a chef. I'm gonna just go to chef school, and I see a
chef school. Well, you wasn't never
Exactly.
Gonna
They don't
you
call
was
it
looking
chef
at
school.
Chef school. You not,
If they
You're
call
not
it chef
getting
school,
in.
it's bullshit.
you're not getting in, Dave.
it's that's right next to Trump University, chef school in Trump University.
Can you imagine the
For
interview
political
for Dave's
gratitude.
admissions? Why do you want to come to
That was
Pittsburgh
for you,
Culinary
Dave.
Institute? Well, I want to go to chef school because, like, when I be frying my chicken, that shit be good as fuck.
Bing.
By my count, that's 19.
That might be. Did you ever count?
He's been
We
low
might-
ball.
I mean, we might-
19, he's low
Buzzy's
ball.
gonna listen to it just so everybody knows.
Low ball.
Buzzy's actually gonna have to listen and edit this. So like, whoever gets the tickets is gonna have to go by Buzzy's count, and Buzzy's gonna give us a seat because you got.
you guys for all this extra work.
Where's the thing?
We
Buzzy's
make up
count's
for
gonna
it in
end
all
at
of this
the point-
delicious
We'll
beer.
trade you beer. We'll trade you beer.
Buzzy's count is going to end
Will you work
at the
for beer?
point that he's high. Like once Buzzy's high, listening to this cast, he's like, all right, I'm done counting this shit.
So like 10 minutes is a soft estimate there.
It might
I
have
think it's-
15. It might be 15 clucks by 10 minutes.
You still got to come up with a hashtag before we even get out of here. Before
It
you
sounds
add
like
me.
it's going to be a clock.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
what was the hashtag again?
It was for the
Something
chicken
about-
count.
I'm saying
Chicken
hashtag
count.
Kentucky
For the
Fried
chicken
Counter.
count. Oh, yeah.
That's my vote. That's what I'm throwing out.
Bitch go Clark.
Hashtag cluck counting the biscuit.
That's a law. Ain't nobody typing that.
It
It's
don't
like
have to
count
be-
cut.
The
You know what?
first
I ain't even.
introduction ain't gotta be perfect, bruh.
Yeah, before we count, we got a little bit. So I just want to say that this is fucking amazing.
It's a lager. It's a black lager. Super
didn't-
clean. Super alcoholic.
You know the like I don't particularly like I guess what lager and pilsners are in that same family or
yeah, but don't get pissed off because this is still from that family and it's fucking
All-
rocking.
all-
no. But
all
what I'm-
pilsners are lagers, but not all lagers are pilsners.
Exactly.
One
So
of those.
I wasn't a fan of lagers. I mean, like, Yingling, you're just a little bit coming up or whatever outside. But Stone had this like black lager, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I didn't know lager could taste like that. I mean, and this is better than that shit. Like, this is complex. Like, you've added more. Like, theirs was a very like it was drinkable. Had that like I don't know what the characteristics is, like that stout, that kind of
The roast.
The
the
roast.
roast.
yes,
Yeah, like it was fucking delicious. It was light. You know what I mean? Like
So it's probably a Schwarzbier.
who?
Schwarzbier.
What's a Schratz beer?
That's like a black lager.
That's what it is called, a Schratz. Is that
Swartz.
Chicken.
He's just fucking.
I'm over here in my own zone. We should
It's
say
just in like a back rhythm of
hashtag cluck count. That's what we're going with.
clock count's good.
Chicken
And
count.
he's fucking the fucking the count up real bad now.
yeah. This is gonna be impossible. We won't give out like 30.
Hey, listen.
It all depends on Buzzy's edit.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Whoever gets closest to Buzzy's, motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
We're gonna pick
back
an
it up with-
arbitrary number.
Yeah, we
and
gotta-
if you pick that,
You're
then
not gonna
you
get
win.
a
Think of a
playback
number
of every
between-
chicken. You're not gonna get
1 and 58.
I don't even know if that'll apply by the end.
But back to what Dave was saying. So with the lagers, as a novice beer drinker, the lagers and the pilsners seem to be the ones that you get where you get them in a 24 pack to take to a cookout.
Yeah, sure.
This definitely has more taste, but
no.
again, if you're looking at the package when you're buying these Bud Lights or whatever, yeah, you can go to this. But if you really are looking for taste, you can also go to this because it has the flavor, 9%. It has the potency. It has what you want. Whatever it is your approach is to this, it has.
I don't think the typical lager drinker is going to enjoy this. Like if you drink Yingling, you're not going to drink this and be like, I mean, shit, just by the same thing.
But the typical
think it
the
is.
typical lager drinker can drink Pivo from Firestone Walker.
I don't even know what the
Then we don't get that out here normally.
Yeah, I don't
Really?
even know what
That's
you
like
just
a
said right
think
now.
it's-
that's
if
like a
you're trying to
douchey brewer beer.
Is that an
Really?
enchanted
Yeah,
spell
no.
that you just dropped on us?
Hey,
Like,
they get it. They get it. Like, do you guys get that in Australia?
Little bit,
Maybe,
yeah.
yeah. So they get that in Australia, but we don't get it here. So it's like a.
Okay, my mistake.
Don't stop because I'm doing that. I'm just fucking up the count.
You can make me laugh every time.
Don't necessarily differentiate between something that's really like strong and dark colored versus Yingling. That's not the situation. There's plenty of locally made strong lagers. Flavoursome lagers
Yeah,
So
but my
it's-
thing.
that aren't black.
It's more like
Fine.
a stout. If you think of it more like a stout, but
Yeah.
with the crispness of a
lager.
lager, and
Yeah.
the
That's exactly the
cleanliness
spirit.
of a lager.
Well,
That's
again, my
Oh, that's a
approach
perfect
is if
description.
you're reading the labels and you're like, oh, okay, Yingling or whatever is a lager, I'm gonna get a lager. like maybe it doesn't taste the same, but you're gonna get the same quality. And if you're drinking it and you're willing or open to drinking beer, you're going to drink this.
If
I
you're,
don't think there's any approach.
I mean,
to
I think-
beer
I would
that you're drinking this
say
and you're
that
not, like, saying
if
this is
you're
good.
if you're a fan of porters and stouts and like those darker roasty beers or whatever, and you see lager and you're turned off because you're like fuck lagers. No, this is like a completely and that's for the novice, because I'm still a novice drinker myself. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
Oh, if you're
it's
novice,
definitely a
I'm
lager,
negative novice.
but we don't refer to it as that. We call it. It's called for us a Baltic porter.
a Baltic
So-
porter.
It's one of those like
that Baltic
tricky
Avenue is like $60 on Monopoly.
Yeah.
You want to change it
It's,
from
dude,
Baltic.
it's one of those tricky things where it's like we call it a Baltic porter. It's a lager, but that's just kind of like how it goes with that style of beer.
This is at least
if-
the red property.
when
Making the-
if you look
I
at
don't think I
Baltic
broke the
porters,
seal. I
they're
feel-
called
You know what?
dude. He's getting old. It's fine.
I'm getting.
No,
on with
he's
this.
just going to
on.
continue to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
He's not breaking the seal.
Dude,
He's
good
making
luck,
room.
Good luck drinking him under the table. That's all I can say. Is that?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about this while he's gone.
Yeah, for sure. Marcus has taught me a lot, but what he's taught me the most is how to drink heavily. So
That's important. That's important in this game.
You know what? I feel like
I felt bad that like a 45-year-old dude would be able to put a 30-year-old under the table.
He's been in the industry since he was 16.
yeah.
Dude, he's good.
Yeah.
That's
Good
3
luck.
decades of
That's
drinking.
what I'm saying.
I wanna-
That's why I call him the silver tongued devil, man.
And-
He's
and-
like he can back it up too, and
I mean,
crazy dude.
I got one more question for Marcus whenever he gets back down, and then we wrap up. Before he gets back down, where are you from? And
I'm originally from. You and I have talked about this personally, but I'm originally from Beaver.
Beaver.
The
Shout out
town
to
of
Beaver.
Beaver,
Yo.
in Beaver County.
Hollywood Gardens,
You
Bricks and Brewing,
cannot
doing
ever
dope shit
in
out there.
life try to shout out Beaver.
Shout
like
out
it's
Beaver, man.
cool.
Bricks and Brewing out there doing crazy shit. Shout out to Hollywood
Shout out
Gardens.
Brixton and
He
not
did.
Shout out to Zach.
Shout
You know what I mean?
out to a dry
Shout out
city.
Beaver. Like
Oh
that
man,
shit.
yo, they
On
had
a
the
beer
pitch-
podcast.
They had the
Look at-
pitchforks out.
They did.
when they were trying to bring
not
fucking beer
surprise
in
me.
the Beaver.
Did not
man.
surprise
Oh no,
me.
Beaver is a very dry town. It's a very
Super
leave it
dry.
to Beaver type town. Like
Shouted them
It
out.
is 1950s like
there's a
Beaver
clock
Cleaver
tower and
kind-
shit.
yeah.
Like you walk
Shouted
down.
them
It's
out.
weird, dude. When I go back there, I feel like I'm walking into like that Twilight Zone
He
episode
Yo,
shouted
bro.
them
where like
out,
they
though.
keep people wearing like Tupperware containers so they don't age. and
Shout
it's
out
from
to the Scooby Doo
1950s.
town
Bro,
called
I,
Beaver.
I walked down the street and like I was in the grocery store and like the white kids were giving me the face and like the parents were like, keep coming, like, don't stare. Like they were like, I ain't never seen this
Dude,
nigga. But like, yeah, I mean, like
I was
it's-
shocked when you told me you were from Beaver.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not gonna lie. I was shocked.
Whoa, pause.
I'm not gonna lie.
he got into
Pause.
Beaver. He's on somebody else's lease.
Yeah, okay,
You ain't
fair
just
enough. Fair enough.
From
Fair
Beaver.
enough. Okay.
I live
That
in
you
Beaver.
lived in Beaver.
Yeah, I live in
You
Beaver.
can't get
but yeah.
on a
But-
lease in Beaver with a name like Dave Bracy. Turning that shit down instantly.
Hell no.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think I was the poor family growing up in Beaver, like the one that they brought in
Yeah.
for like just to be like, we have a poor family, come look at us.
Yeah,
You know?
I think
So-
we're probably a poor family as in Beaver too.
Well, I mean,
'cause
it's changing.
I look at the
it's changing of the guards.
yeah, I mean, I look at the families around or whatever. I'm like, man, they seem to they seem to know things that
Beaver,
I don't.
Beaver is a weird place.
Yeah,
It's caught in a
that's
time warp of some sort.
Yeah, that's a nice.
It's a beautiful
way
place,
of
but
saying
it's,
white as fuck.
Yeah,
But I love.
it looks
Beaver,
like.
man.
Have you ever seen Beetlejuice when they have the
Yeah,
model,
like the
the
little-
model village,
Exactly.
and then it zooms in, and
When I
that's
walk-
what Beaver is.
when I
is
walk
what,
down
like,
the street-
someone built a model
It's-
village of a place, and you have Beaver.
It's straight off of a fucking 50s show. Like
Yeah,
it was like
it's-
this
it's
is a
insane.
set. It looked
Yeah.
like a set off of a 50s
Pleasant.
Hollywood
it's
show,
Pleasantville.
man.
Boom.
Yeah.
Pleasantville.
All right. So before we go, we're gonna wrap this up. What was the craft beer scene like in Australia? My only understanding of Australian beer was like Foster's. You know what I mean? Like I went over to England, Australian for beer. You know what I mean? That's the only beer that I ever had.
I
I mean,
like
like
those commercials.
They're very funny.
no, I loved it. They had great fucking marketing, man. Australia for beer, they were fucking hilarious.
Australian
But
for
like,
beer.
I had like, I'm looking at the American progression in craft beers and whatnot through this recent boom. What was it like in Australia? Like, I mean, because you saw it, like you were home brewing, and then like you.
Yeah, sure.
So-
It's very similar. It's obviously it's running a little bit behind. How would I describe it? what's the body count for breweries in the US at the moment? Like
4,000, 5,000.
There was 17 in the last.
It changes every day.
Pushing 5,000.
This year.
So
Yeah,
I mean, we've
fast.
got about a tenth of the population, and we're pushing 500. So it's not that far behind. But the main challenge is that it's concentrated across 4 cities or 4 regions.
Oh, because yeah.
So we don't have
No one lives in the middle,
Yeah.
basically.
Correct. So you don't have these corollary things like if you can sell beer in Pittsburgh, you can sell it in Philly, you can sell it in
It's about
Cleveland.
the same size as the U.S., except that people only live on.
Yeah,
the
they only
coast.
live on the outer.
Live in 4 cities.
Smaller
Yeah.
concentration.
Even
but
if you consider
just
the
as
same,
dense.
Pittsburgh would be vacant, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, give
So-
them how far inland we are.
Follow American trends. They developed basically simultaneously, but again, we're probably 10 years behind.
But I mean, you guys were shipping like that Galaxy Hop was like
That's
when I
different.
first
So-
got into like beer. That was like the when we started this podcast. That's all we were hearing about. Was
That's
like Galaxy
it's
Hops,
still
Galaxy
that way.
Hops.
It's
Like,
still that way.
So-
yeah, like it was every fucking where. So
Most of the hops in Australia are grown by one company, Hop Products Australia, and Alan's the guy that runs the farm in Victoria, which is the state where I come from. And he basically, with his guys, invented Galaxy.
So they're rich as fuck.
yeah, they were like
Well, no,
Pablo
no.
Escobar
no,
status.
no.
Like
No,
yeah,
no,
I mean,
no,
but like legal as
It's
fuck.
in there,
Like,
yeah.
They're
chopping up the hops. You got bitches there with their titties out, like
No,
bringing
it's
up
it's a little bit globalized.
so they ain't trying to stuff
No,
nothing.
a little bit globalized. So HBA Hop Products Australia is owned by Bathhouse Group, which is
A bathhouse group?
Bathhouse. Yeah,
What's a bathhouse group?
it's an American company that joined with a German company.
It's called the bathhouse group?
Bathhouse. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
that's
said
a-
it
that's
was
a
a
different
bathhouse
thing,
group.
yeah.
Because when you say a bathhouse group, I'm like, well, like, because that just
Bath-
goes into the titties thing. But,
So-
but it's called the bathhouse group.
Yeah. So
which we still don't know what they do. So
so look,
Titties aren't off the table.
I mean,
they-
probably sell
they
drugs.
develop
They have
hops.
some
It's a company
shady roots, at
that-
least.
That
They-
they
they-
merge with another company. Oh, they sell drugs.
The drugs and
Laundry.
hops, and it's been a consolidation of ownership. So in Australia and New Zealand, we follow American trends. We have a smaller market, so the hops that we grow, like you talk about Galaxy, there's 5 other hops that are as good as Galaxy that are made in Australia that haven't reached out yet.
Because there's it's
all about trends.
Yeah. Well,
When-
it's
when
all
you're
about
bu-
Oh,
muscle.
he's mumbling.
Yeah,
No,
when
no,
you're-
I think
Muscle.
that-
No, it's all
there
about
it is.
muscle.
I think
He's
they're,
like, there's a few
mumbling.
others, but they ain't
No,
able
no.
to-
What I'm saying is they're saving them up because
Yeah.
it has to be trend specific.
Oh,
when your
so-
buddy's using Galaxy, you want to use Galaxy, so that's what's happening.
No,
right
but
now
we've
with
got
that, but it'll
we've
move on.
got Enigma, we've got Vic Secret.
So there's some things on the horizon.
Hopefully,
Oh, you heard it here first. Australia ain't
coming
done.
up. They're playing a game.
Yeah, I mean, they playing the long con on you motherfuckers and your taste bud, man. Like,
we
check,
can't drink Mosaic Beats
Craft beer
forever.
2022. Yeah.
this has been amazing.
No, it's been super tasty.
We still ain't get that hashtag though.
I said
No, he said it.
What was it?
Cluck count.
Cluck count.
Cluck count.
Hashtag cluck
Huck
count.
You
Yeah,
was
Dave's fucked. Dave's
hashtag
fucked.
cluck count. You motherfuckers say that 5 times.
hashtag cluck count.
You just say it once.
Hashtag cluck
Hashtag-
count. Hashtag cluck count.
You just say it
hashtag cluck
once.
count.
Well,
Hashtag
Ed's
Yeah,
got
I
it.
ain't not-
Ed's got the game.
He's
I
got-
mean,
I
I think the
ain't-
rest of us are
Clucks
fucked,
were
but-
different. Like growing up, so I grew up in East Cleveland. Clucks, that was like they call them thoughts now. We used to call them clucks.
Whoop whoop, chicken head. Whoop. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hashtag cluck count.
If you could do the whole verse to Chicken Head by Project Pat, maybe we'll throw an extra ticket in there.
I just
but
wanna
don't Google that shit.
I can't do that shit.
I just wanted to say, just because, I mean, anytime I'm out, I want people to remember this. In lieu of iTunes reviews, we do take Henny shots.
We forgot to say that. Hell yeah! Shout out to Car Guy DJ.
Yeah.
All right, so let the people know where they can find you.
They can find us at mindfulbrewing.com, or, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole deal.
People want to find you as an Australian because they want to know if Foster's is like the Bud Light of Australia.
Don't be like that.
No, Foster's, I mean,
Most
does
of
that
it-
even exist
Foster's
in
actually
Australia?
better than.
I think it's just American bullshit that they say.
Foster's doesn't exist in Australia.
This is, yeah.
No, that's what every Australian told me it is.
It's made in Canada. It's made in the UK.
How many motherfucking Australians you came? Every Australian's only one.
I mean, they travel. They got passports, my nigga.
You said every Australian, like, yo, I've mad Australians.
Well, there's mad Australians.
This is number 2 right here, sitting next.
There's
next
mad
to me,
Australians in England. I mean, and like the thing is that I'm not gonna
We
lie.
are in Allentown.
Well, it's
No,
like,
but what if
it's
I-
like
when I
they
go-
just it's like they just got out of jail and they went back home.
Well, but
basically.
basically, yeah, like they were banished and then they're coming back. Like,
that's the long con.
but
part
like
of it.
I'm unrefined, so like it took me a while to even understand the difference between an Australian accent or a South American accent
dude,
or a
he
British
gets- he
accent.
gets
and,
Scottish all
and
the
then
time.
Yeah,
It's
then you get the
hilarious.
Scottish, and there's all these different regions of motherfuckers, and they got like, yo, shit is crazy. You ever watch Snatch? All the motherfucking like accents.
Brad
that
Pitt,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, all
That
them
gypsy, yeah.
all that shit is real as fuck. Like, so when I went over there, I was calling everybody. Like, they were like, nah, the Aussies, they made sure they let you motherfucking know they wasn't from that country.
Oh, he'll let you know.
Chilling.
Well, in the
He'll
UK,
let
from
you
that
know.
county.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's county specific there. So
All right, Day, let them know where they can find us.
Oh, if you're looking for us, you can find us on epiccastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, and Google Play under Drinking Partners. And you can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod.
Yo, listen, we want to thank Nick and Marcus for coming out.
Yes, sir.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you
us, guys.
for
Yes,
bringing
sir.
all of this beer and letting us know that we don't know shit about craft.
Not a damn thing. 3
This
years,
motherfucker
man.
came in and
We
educated
almost 3 years.
Y'all Marcus be trying to be humble by his knowledge and then drop mad knowledge on you with that voice.
So
You
we're
a
tongue
DN9.
devils.
you're just
operator
entranced,
on
my
the
friends.
low.
You're just entranced.
They gon' all our fan mail is gonna be about Marcus. Who is that?
Dude, yeah,
We
yeah.
gonna
They
get
don't
the
give a
most
fuck about
downloads.
us.
Welcome to
That's
my
all
life.
it's gonna be. Who is
People are
that?
like, "Oh, you're Nick.
About to get the most downloads.
Tell me about
Yo,
Marcus."
Our DMs is gonna be cracking for the next like
People
3
gonna be
weeks.
playing
Like,
this
who is-
podcast to put their kids to sleep. But we want to thank you guys for coming out, man. Check out Mindful Brewery out in Castle Shannon. It's a good time, good food, good atmosphere.
Check out that
Great
BBC.
beer. They get that BBC when it's on deck. And as
Tuesday the
always,
18th.
Tuesday the 18th.
Tuesday 18th. We will be out there.
This will be out after post.
Oh,
So,
this will be out.
come
post,
out,
So
'cause
it is
that beer will be out.
We will have already pulled out
There's a
our
live
BBC.
cast here.
Live cast as well. So
But
Present
it'll
in the
still be
future.
hanging around.
It'll be
if
there.
you want to come through.
Pause on that, but as always, Drinking Partners is the crew. Epicast is the family, and we out here.
Good shit, gentlemen. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. We gotta do this again. Well, you like the thing about this podcast thing is that like when we interact with folks, like we have like been the conversation has been more natural. Like when we're just meeting people, is that like ice period that kind of goes through whatever. Well, yeah. So we did that. I mean, like, and that's we found that out just from the street accident shit where we had a guy came in, we lost his audio, and then I had to hit him up. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, we feel really bad, but you hear that guy on do it. And the second time was fucking amazing. We were like, oh shit. Go figure. Like, yeah, the conversation is way more natural. We're all trying to understand. That was super dope.